launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
I don't classify myself as religious. I don't know what the hell I believe. I will not touch a Ouija board. I will not touch it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, those are fun.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know, it's really
I'm
good?
not doing it.
Yeah, you do it with everybody blindfolded, you'll see that they don't work all of a sudden. It's crazy.
I'm sure they don't work, Bone, but I'm not going to touch one.
I'll mess with it. Let's bring it over here. Let's do it. Want to have a seance?
My wife says all the time, I'm sure that it doesn't work, but I'm not going to touch it.
Okay.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach? No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room. Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie. Bah! Bah!
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
Oh, we got a big program today.
Yeah?
I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a big program. Yeah.
Sell it.
Yeah.
Teddy? Huge.
Huge program. Yeah. Big program. Gigantic. What a program.
I'm all hopped up on sugar.
Why are you hopped up on sugar?
Look, I ran an errand. I told you I have to go out for a little bit. You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I went to a candy store.
Oh, well, I should know that because you brought me back a piece of candy, and I guess I should have noted that that came from the candy store.
I went to a candy store because we were talking on the show maybe last week, I don't know, about how I can't find the European chocolate. I like the Cadbury, but I want it from England.
Yeah.
I don't want the Hershey-made product here that's still labeled Cadbury. A listener said, I think it was in the YouTube chat or something, that there's a place in Gahanna called Buckeye Candy Company.
Yeah, we were talking about this. It's
like 62 in Hamilton over there across the street from the Dairy Queen, where actually your mom went to high school and conceived you in the Dairy Queen parking lot. That's right. We were talking about that.
We did talk about it on the show, yeah.
Yes, she had a peanut butter parfait and then really busted that parfait.
Yeah, that's why my middle name is Spanish Peanuts. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
But I went over there and stocked up.
Oh, good.
They got tons of stuff, including hard-to-find American candy bars like the Nutrageous.
Oh, I see, because Timmy was complaining about a Nutrageous not being around.
Now, I got one for him.
You got him a Nutrageous.
And I ate one today. And I would also like to say that I found a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, they have them at Sheetz.
Well, you know what? I don't go to Sheetz.
Well, I'm just telling you, when you guys were talking about it, like, what happened to whatchamacallit? I'm like, I was trying to raise my hand, but the two of you were just yelling at each other, like, yeah, where'd it go? Ah! And I'm just like, it's at, I've had one the other day. They're good.
But if you
Delicious.
want hard to find candies, you want European chocolate, they've got it. They pay me nothing. As a matter of fact, I think he charged me double.
Probably so. Now,
he said, you're the guy who does the Queen. Yeah, double price for you.
That's right. Are you aware of this is not Fat Boy Food tee-up. We're talking candy bars. Have you had the Snickers pecan?
I didn't. I know there was a Snickers almond. I didn't know there was a pecan.
They have a pecan. And the first time I saw it was a few weeks ago. We were down in Alabama, and I thought, wonder if this is a Southern thing because they have pecan stuff very big in the South.
Sure.
And I thought, oh, maybe this is just a regional version of Snickers.
They also have Snickers Slavery Edition.
No,
do they have that down there?
Have that.
God, I hate the South.
They don't.
I hate the South.
You do hate the South very much.
I'm never going to the South.
Okay, great. Teddy, we're gonna have to set up a remote for the show.
No,
somewhere down south.
Go ahead.
Let's do a live remote from Talladega next year if we can.
I'm iffy about going to Cincinnati.
Well,
I even like that.
I'm not a big fan of Cincinnati, but that's of course because of the rivalry. Hell is real. But anyway, I thought that was like a regional thing, and then I get up here and they're all over the place now. Snickers pecan.
I didn't know.
They're good. It does change the flavor. I like it.
For a hot minute, they had the salty Snickers.
Salty Snickers?
Remember that? Where they put a little sea salt inside. It was regular Snickers, but just a hint of sea salt.
Oh, that's right. It was like a light blue label they had on there.
And I was the only one in the world who bought them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I remember because I had one of them, and they were good. Mm. And I think they should do more of that. I like that the Twix people do stuff like that. They got a few different flavors of Twix. I think they have. They've done a cookies and cream. I know.
Yes, they've done a cookies and cream. They've done a peanut butter.
They did a sea salt, didn't they?
Did they?
I thought they did something.
They did a cookie dough one, which I did not like.
No?
No.
Didn't
taste like cookie dough.
Okay.
Tasted like butt. All right, around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg coming up at 3:34. Degenerate T-Bone in the 4 o'clock hour. Bengals playing the Ravens tonight. Ravens will be without Isaiah Likely, tight end. He's dead. T. Higgins is doubtful for the Bengal. We will have the game starting at 8. It goes without saying this is a must-win. It will be a difficult game, though. I almost called you Torg. I don't know why.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's been 12 years. I have no idea why.
You have Coke Zero? Why not?
Why not? You got British Cadbury? All right, good, fine. You're all right.
Did they have the British Cadbury?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
I stocked up, baby.
You said this, and then you didn't say if they had it or not.
You know what, Teddy? Go to my desk.
No, why?
Because we're gonna crack open a bar.
Crack open a bar?
Yeah, get a one of those big bars of the dairy milk.
Listen,
Cadbury dairy milk.
Don't waste it on me.
What do you mean don't waste it? It's because why are you turning down chocolate?
No, because you're going to be like, oh, can't you taste the difference? And I'm going to probably eat it and go, no. It tastes good. It's delicious. It's a chocolate candy bar. It's milk chocolate. I don't know that I'm going to be able to tell the milk fat percentage difference
well, maybe you won't.
comes from England
but you know what?
Versus the U.S.
You'll appreciate the chocolate, won't you?
I will.
Okay.
I just don't want you to, if you drove across town to get this candy bar.
Now that I know it's there, I'll stop in every day.
Oh, all right.
Whatever the guy's name is, Buster, Hal.
Joe.
I forget his name. He was a nice guy.
Yeah. These all sound like these all sound like guys who were
Trevor,
first baseman names for the Reds. Buster, Hal. I feel like Hal Morris. He was a Reds first baseman.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. Dairy milk.
Look at this. God, look at this.
Teddy, I'll give you a square too.
Look at
Stay
this
here.
Giant bar.
Stay here. We're gonna crack.
Teddy.
We're gonna crack open a square.
This, for those who are not obviously watching on the YouTube channel, Mike has a chocolate bar that is the size of the envelope you would get a bill in. Like it's an actual.
Not messing around with little tiny
it's a
chocolate
gigantic
bars.
candy bar.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is great.
Here, Teddy.
Look at that. Please get your hands on every single square inch of it.
My hands are clean. Stop it. No one's hands are cleaner than my hands.
All right. So
Go ahead.
All right.
Dive in. Just let it linger too, cranberries.
Let it linger.
Yeah, let it fester. Let it melt a little bit. Taste the gooiness.
So there's nothing else in this than just chocolate?
No, it's just chocolate.
Okay.
Is that too boring for you?
A little bit.
All right.
A lot of chocolate.
A lot of chocolate. Who are you, Jen Winters?
Oh, wait, there it is. Okay.
Now I feel like I'm being mocked.
No, I'm serious.
Don't
no,
mock.
I got the. Yeah.
It coats your throat, doesn't it?
It does.
It coats your throat more than like a regular Hershey would coat your throat.
It definitely does. It's different. Absolutely.
You know what?
That's good.
I agree with Ted. It is more than I expected. It's very good.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Well, you know what? I opened this bar, so there's plenty more.
Boy, it's a big bar.
It's a big bar.
How many calories is that?
Wait, I don't know.
Teddy, who cares?
It's free you didn't pay for it.
It's free. Yeah, no calories.
So it's free.
That's right. That's the way I've been operating this week. No calories matter. We're good.
Oh, last night when I was up
also
till 4
operating-
o'clock in the morning watching election stuff?
I was operating this way also last week and every week this year.
No joke, I probably between the hours of 7 p.m. and I stopped eating around 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm like, I give my tummy a break for an hour before I lay down and go to sleep.
Oh, you know what I did on election night? I was going home and I said, you know what? I'm going to watch a lot of TV. I'm going to be up late. I might as well just get a big sack of food. And so I went to the Bell, made a little run for the border, and I hit the app. And the deal I was given was $5 off, $20 or more order. And I said, well, hold on a second. I can get $20 worth of food for $15. That's about to happen. So did I do that? Yes.
Just for you?
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Did I eat all that? Yes. Now, I did cheat a little bit because I got 2 beverages because I figured I'm going to just go through one instantly. Like, I'm just going to down that. So I had a second one on standby. So that added a little to the cost. But
I probably consumed 10,000 calories, but it sounds like you were right there with me.
I was too. Yeah. That was my, was that Tuesday? Yeah. Election day's Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Good job.
Yeah. Cavs moved to 9-0 with a victory against the Pelicans last night. I watched none of it, but
I did.
I know you did.
I watched a lot of it.
You're very excited. They're going for, 10-0. against the Warriors
That's
tomorrow.
what happens once you're 9-0.
I know. I forgot what it was. 9-0.
Warriors are they're a little sneaky right now. They've been kind of good. They're kind of retooled, revamped. Steph's still there. This Cavaliers team is a lot of fun to watch. And if you go look at the box score, if you watch any of their games, you will know this. They run 10 deep. It's not like, I mean, I know a lot of NBA teams will have the second squad that comes out there and plays a couple minutes here, and they leave maybe one of their stars out on the floor for a few minutes with the scrubs, and then they sub in another star, and then the scrubs are 2 more minutes in the third quarter. The Cavs have like multiple guys getting 15, 20 minutes a night. Like I'm saying, they have a second team of guys getting 20 minutes a night. It's insane. They rotate everybody. They all can play. They had 2 guys in double figures off their bench, Karis LeVert and Ty Jerome, who is my guy. That dude can play, gets after it. I love watching this Cavs team. It is perhaps the biggest indictment ever of a former head coach with J.B. Bickerstaff, who was with this team last year. And again, they were good last year, but nothing like this. And then now you get a new head coach and you're 9-0 to start the year. Tremendous.
Yeah, it sounds like fun. Hey, Teddy, you do me a favor?
Yes.
Ben dropped off some frozen corned beef at the front desk.
Ben?
Can you go get that?
I can't right
Ben.
now.
Our friend? Okay.
Well, after you play traffic, can you go get the corned beef?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know, he'll be done with the segment before you will, Ted. He could probably go get his own frozen corn.
It's chocolate time. I didn't have any.
He doesn't go to that side of the building.
They don't want me over there. I don't go over there. They don't want me over there.
One time, and you did the audition, and they said, thank you, but
that's right.
no thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I had when I pulled into the parking lot today?
What'd you have?
Pulled into my spot, right? And then right next to the spot, I noticed a sock.
Ah.
There was a sock.
Okay.
There was a bag of cereal, like in a Ziploc bag.
Okay.
There was a discarded hoodie.
Okay.
And then around it, vomit.
Oh.
So.
Fun.
I'm saying Yolanda Harris had a bender last night after the news, slept in the parking lot, and that's the end of that.
Is that right?
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
My money's on Jerry Martz.
My money's on gerrymandering.
Very popular, I've heard.
Gerrymandering?
I've heard it's
yes,
popular.
he was great on Leave It to Beaver.
I've heard popular.
What's next? More conversation about a college football super league and frozen corned beef. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane on westbound 670 after 3rd Street. It's causing stop-and-go traffic from 71. And we also have a delay due to an accident if you're on Weber Road at McGuffey Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lessig. The Ohio Laborers Union. They're more than just hard hats and tools. They're the backbone of Ohio's infrastructure, constructing vital projects that shape your communities. Witness their members as they construct solar energy facilities, harnessing the power of the sun for Ohio's future. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Black Friday is here at your local Ram dealer, and right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $499 a month for 42 months, with $4,082 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 11/12/24.
Meijer holiday deals are here. Shop now and find gifts for everyone on your list. Like a Gourmet 7 or 8 quart air fryer, just $59.99. Save $40. Buy one, get one 40% off on Barbie dolls and play sets. Buy one, get one 40% off board or card games. And Falls Creek or Colorful Planet kids sweaters for $12.99. Count on Meijer to help make the holidays extra special. Shop even more great holiday deals like these in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
To Central Ohioans, fall means one thing, football. At Sears Heating and Cooling, fall also means one thing, furnaces. We're not plumbers or electricians. Nope. For 74 years, we've been your Central Ohio heating and cooling experts. Need an electrician or plumber? We'll gladly give you a referral, but we won't pretend to be your one-stop shop for all the trades. We're HVAC experts, and our mission is to provide the highest quality service at the best possible price. That's the local advantage of doing business with your neighbors at Sears Heating and Cooling. Online at SearsHeatingCooling.com.
Attention small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses, visit 844-MEDOhio.com. That's medohio.com. The SACA Benefit Plan could be right for you. Visit 844-MEDOhio.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hey, it's Anthony. Do more with your money at Tel-Ohio Credit Union. If you know Tel-Ohio Choice Checking, you know all the perks that come with your account. Cash in your benefits by setting up an account today. Find out more at tellohio.org.
Certain restrictions apply. Tel-Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCUA.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
November is an ideal month to plant trees in Ohio because the soil is still warm, which reduces the transplant stress. Plus, trees require less water in November than in the heat of the summer, allowing roots to grow in the cooler temperatures. When planting trees, keep these tips in mind. Select trees that are zone hardy for where you plan to plant. Avoid planting trees that produce slip hazards like fruits and nuts close to sidewalks. And don't plant large trees near or under utility lines. To learn more about the November tree planting, contact an ISA certified arborist near you by going to trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
All right, the happy Honda days are here at your main Honda of Dublin. So I just talked to Rich, and he tells me they're going to help you celebrate your new vehicle with 0% APR up to 72 months on select 2024 and 25 models. He's also starting select leases as low as $249 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin, where you'll get same-day service, no appointment necessary. See the dealer for all these amazing details. Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
After a wet day yesterday, the sunshine is back for the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, Saturday, look for sunny skies, temperatures in the low 60s each day. Rain moves in by Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Today's special value is 3 hours of stupid. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
All right, so far we have eaten Cadbury chocolate.
Yep, that's right.
I have the big bar right here.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to come over and break off a piece if you want. Now I'm drinking Sprite Zero Sugar Winter Spiced Cranberry flavor.
You know,
I've not tried this, but
if you would have told me we could have done a little field trip, I would have gone over there too, and we could have just bought a whole mess of candy, and both of us could have been trying things all day long.
I mean, I bought some for other people. There's more at my desk, but
yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
We could just dive in.
No, I'm saying I would have gone and bought some too, so we could have tried a bunch of different things.
You know what? The store's not going anywhere.
Well, just, coordinate. Let me know.
You were busy. You had your headphones on.
I was busy doing other things you told me to do.
My fault. No. Idiot. This tastes like a liquid Smartie.
Is it good?
Not bad.
I mean, does that mean you like it then? If you're saying that? Okay.
Candy-ish.
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 All right. Let her live. Let him live.
Candy-ish?
I don't know. I don't know what the name is.
The ACC, ACCADs met for a presentation yesterday from a private equity firm, Smash Capital, regarding the college football Super League proposal known as Project Rudy. The presentation, which was only informational.
That side, just so you know, was for the name alone.
Project Rudy?
Rudy? All right.
Rudy Huxtable. Was just a small portion of a meeting that was largely focused on the House versus NCAA settlement. The ACC did not take a position on the Super League proposal, nor did the conference make any commitments to it.
Okay. This is to me, I don't know when it will happen, but it feels like there will be a version of it structurally, whether they call this thing a Super League, whether they formally merge the SEC and the Big Ten. I don't know that will happen because there's TV contracts involved, and those are owned by the conferences. But there will be a Super League, essentially, that will function as one giant arm of college football. Don't you agree? They may not call it the Super League, but they're going to have something that says the SEC, the Big Ten, and these other schools, be they in conferences or not, we're going to put all them together, and that's going to be the only teams that can win the championship. There's nobody outside of that, and I think it will be somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 70 teams. That's it. That's what we're going to have.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be its own entity with, venture capital, cash, and contracts, and healthcare stuff, and all of that. And it will be college in name only.
Of course.
Because they play it on college campuses, and they have the uniforms on, and that will be the extent of college. I'm not saying that's necessarily bad from where we are right now. It's just going to be very, very different.
I don't know that it will be that different, honestly, than what it is right now. I understand that college athletes have to go to class, but I remember like the first week I was here, may he rest in peace, Demetrius Stanley, former colleague of ours here. We miss him every day, but Demetrius was talking about his time at Ohio State, and he had said on the air, again, I've been here for 13 years. I remember him saying he didn't have the type of experience in college, and a lot of his colleagues didn't either, that he probably would have, if he now looks back on it, that he had said, I would have liked to have had a little more focus on academics. But at the time, you're a kid, you're there to play football, you're excited to play football. You don't really think about the fact that your educational opportunities are diminished by playing football because so much of your time goes to that. And I'm sure that's true for basketball and a lot of other sports too. But that's something that was when he was there in the 90s. This is almost 30 years later. We now have guys making $5 million plus playing college football. Do we actually think most college football players are sitting there going, yeah, I know I've got a game, but I also have that giant term paper, and that's equally important to me because I am a student first at college. I wouldn't blame any college athlete for saying that's not important. I'm making millions of dollars playing my sport right now. I think we've already crossed that line, at least at big-time college athletics. Maybe there's some schools in college basketball. You got 300 of them. Maybe a few of those schools, yeah, it's still very important, but they can give the lip service they want to it. We're already there. So why not just go ahead and go all the way in?
I saw this too. Baylor president and Big 12 board chairwoman Linda Livingstone has sent a letter to university leaders in the ACC, Big Ten, and SEC, inviting them to a summit in early December where they can hear directly from groups pitching potential new models for college football. According to a copy of the letter obtained Wednesday by The Athletic, the Presidents and Chancellors Summit on the Future of College Athletics would take place December 2nd and 3rd in Dallas. Now, when I first read that, here's a little thing. My daughter loves to cook and bake. Okay. But she's 7.5 years old. She's tall. She's tiny. She can't reach the stove, can't do any of that. So it's, basic stuff.
Right.
Helping out, cracking the eggs, mixing the batter, stuff like that. But she fancies herself a budding chef, and so she goes and draws pictures about recipes and makes fake recipes and put a little cookbook together and say, hey, Daddy, you think we can publish this book?
Sure.
And I said, probably not, but it's good that you're trying and thinking that you can do this. I feel the same way when the Big 12 tries to talk about these super leagues. Where it's like, right. Oh, Baylor woman, you're inviting the SEC and the Big Ten.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I get it. No, the Big 12 should no longer be involved in any of these conversations. There's two conferences driving the ship.
Yeah.
That's the Big Ten and the SEC. Sorry, ACC, it's the truth.
Well, in the ACC, sadly for them, the schools that they used to hang their hat on, it's such a weird time for that conference because you have 2 or 3 of the schools that you would look at and say, well, they are the movers and shakers in that conference, like Florida State. Oh, wait a second. They're having one of the worst seasons in school history.
Like Miami's good,
Miami's
right?
good now.
And Clemson was good until they lost last week to Louisville. But what I'm saying is...
But Florida, I'm just saying, like, those are their 3 schools. Is that enough for you to say, oh, yeah, the ACC is a real conference?
No. Especially because those 3 schools, if they were given a get-out-of-jail-free card right now, they would take it.
Yeah,
They'd get out of there.
Yes, but what's funny, I'm just saying, for Florida State, they couldn't have had a worse time to say, yeah, we're super relevant. We need to pay us more. They're like, you're 1-8 or whatever they are. But ultimately, and I know there are people probably screaming at the radio saying, what about the ACC when it comes to basketball? What about the Big 12 when it comes to basketball? That's not what's driving all of this, folks. If it was, it wouldn't be about Super League for college football.
I don't think basketball is going to be involved in this.
I that's what I'm saying is they are literally going to separate the football programs from these schools.
Right.
They'll be attached in name. They'll be attached in, I'm sure there's a requirement you have to go to class. Okay. But beyond that, no. I mean, they're going to be functioning as a different league from everything else. And then I honestly think that'll be good for college basketball because they can go back to just being college basketball. They don't have to try to, have these weird conference alignments that only happen because of football that make no sense for basketball. I think that would be a good thing if that went away.
No, now basketball's got its own thing. I just read, this week that they're going to still get together and discuss the experiment of possibly expanding the NCAA tournament to around 100 teams.
Well, you know what? Then start the tournament in February. Because why are we calling it March Madness? Because it's going to, you know what I mean? Like you undercut the regular season anyway by having this tournament. Just as it exists, it's already undercutting the regular season. Then you have your conference championships, which all those tournaments undercut the regular season. If you want to expand it even further, no. Go ahead and start the conference championships in early February. Get March Madness started in actual February. Call it February fun time, and then let's go. And then it'll be over by actually the end of March, maybe.
Around the Big Ten with our guy Adam Rittenberg coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should know there's an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the west side near Mound Street that's causing some delay. And we've got a couple minutes slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between 670 and I-70. This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
If your garage door is so old that somehow it was there before your house was, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Create a safe sleep environment for your baby by using the ABCs of safe sleep. Babies are safest alone on their backs in an empty crib. Always place your baby on his or her back while sleeping, and be sure to use a firm sleep surface. Remember, room sharing without bed sharing is safest. For more information, visit childrenandyouth.ohio.gov/infant safe sleep.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go.
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings on hundreds of items every time you shop. With new low prices, deals for days, weekly sales, and My Perks at your neighborhood Giant Eagle. Visit gianteagle.com for details.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, Bianca.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At Humana, our Medicare Advantage plans give you coverage and care you can count on, along with guided support to help you feel your best. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options and choose a Medicare Advantage plan. You'll feel confident because you have plan options that fit your needs. You could have a plan with a $0 premium and even personalized care from a wide network of doctors, or all-in-one plans that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. When it comes to the benefits and support you need, Humana has Medicare Advantage plans made for your well-being and your wallet. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Have you tried all the great new food at Ohio Stadium? Each home game, the Levy Culinary Team creates a burger named after the opponent. Taste the competition burger. This Saturday will feature the Purdue German Delight, a fresh beef patty topped with house-pickled red cabbage, grilled kielbasa, beer-braised onions, and finished with mustard dill aioli, lettuce, and tomato. Try the Purdue German Delight Burger at the Taste the Competition burger carts at Section 8 on A deck and Section 12 on C deck on game day. Tickets for the 2025 Memorial Tournament presented by Workday are now on sale with special offers only through December 5th. Walk the rope line. Witness iconic shots by golf's best. Join the crowd roars. The experience is yours, and it's second to none. Be there May 26th through June 1st. Take advantage of best ticket pricing and waived fees now through December 5th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
You want a sub freshly sliced to order? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want the perfect radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a lone ninja warrior. By night, I glide unseen across the rooftops, watching my enemies from the shadows. By day, I go to Jersey Mike's, watching someone freshly slice my sub. My blade is called Shadow. His blade is a Berserker brand meat slicer. Clearly, I have much to learn about this land. Freshly sliced just for you. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg.
Adam Rittenberg, I was ready for a sponsor, Teddy. You know what? This segment is sponsored by British Cadbury chocolate.
There you go.
It melts in your mouth like no other. Adam Rittenberg covers college football for ESPN. He joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, my friend.
Hello, how we doing?
Oh, excellent. Let's talk about the college football playoff rankings that we got to look at on Tuesday. And I know, Indiana fans are upset that they're eighth, and they beat up Michigan State 47-10, scoring 47 unanswered points. They're undefeated. I contend, and Bone contends too, that you can look at their schedule and say they haven't really played anybody. If if Michigan had the same schedule as them, and they had the same margin of victory as them, and they were undefeated, there's no way they are debuting at number 8 in the college football playoff rankings, right?
Absolutely. This is the problem with brand bias. It's the problem with preseason polls. And even, those of us who pay attention to history is great. but it shouldn't cloud your view of what this particular Indiana team is doing under Coach Sig, who I just got off the phone with not long ago. This team has been infallible. This team has been dominant. This team leads the nation in scoring margin. If you watch their games, and the committee always tells us they watch the games, then you've never gotten the sense they are going to lose. Maybe a little bit early in that Michigan State game, but that's it. They have been unbelievable from start to finish. And yeah, they've been more dominant than Penn State. They've been more dominant than Ohio State. Do they have the wins, impressive wins? No, but they play the schedule that was in front of them. They had a non-conference schedule that was crafted for a team that has a hard time getting to 6 wins. That's just the way it is. The Big Ten schedule hasn't worked in their favor. They have gone out and absolutely pulverized their opponents. And you're right. If they were a different team, a more recognizable brand, I firmly believe they'd be a lot closer to 5.
Well, they're going to be playing Michigan this weekend. I mean, that's a brand name school. Obviously, we know Michigan's down this year. For Indiana, I'm thinking for the Buckeyes when they play, that obviously you want to see that be a top 5 matchup. I'm sure that could be an amazing game. They have to get through Michigan first. I think they will, but if they win that game, does the committee look at that and say, well, there you go, they've beaten yet another a brand name team now, or do they go, oh, it's crappy Michigan, they're 5-5 now? Is there a way that Indiana can kind of win in this system, or do they literally just have to knock off Ohio State at undefeated or one-loss Ohio State before they can finally get the respect they need?
They might have to, right? Because this is a Michigan team that hasn't been impressive. That even in their wins, had to rally to beat Michigan State. Was fortunate to come back and beat USC. Even the Minnesota game was somewhat controversial that they won. And so, yeah, I mean, anyone who's watched Michigan sees them as a very average football team. So, but it is Ward Manuel, the Michigan athletic director, is the chair of the selection committee. He'll be watching that game with some interest, and it's on CBS, and it's a big game, and maybe it'll help them, but probably it won't be until they get into that Ohio State game. And I'm almost more concerned, like, what if they lose to Ohio State? Like, they should not be eliminated from the playoffs for that one loss when they've dominated everybody else on their schedule. Let's say they beat Michigan by 13 and they beat Purdue by 50 and they lose to Ohio State by 7 or 10. I think they should still be in the playoff. I don't want to see them harmed by that.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg here on The Fan. So we had the close game with Nebraska a couple weeks back, and Nebraska got just run out of the building by Indiana. They almost win here. Then they go home to face UCLA, who was a 2-win football team coming in. You'd think they'd wipe the floor with them. Instead, they lose at home. What do we make of this Husker team?
Yeah, really disappointed. And I I wrote about them on Monday for our takeaways. I'm more outraged or frustrated at the annual Nebraska's going to break through. They're going to win the West. They're going to be a dark horse in the Big Ten. Get out of here. You followed this team since they joined the conference. If I gave you guys options of what they could be when they join the Big Ten, realistic scenarios, reality has been worse than the worst case scenario. They've been an absolute dumpster fire of a program, an embarrassment of a program, really for the last 10 years. You know how hard it is, guys, to not make a bowl game since 2016 when you have Nebraska's history, fan support, and resource? I feel terrible for their fans. They just keep getting let down, but I'm even more upset about these, Nebraska's right around the corner. Just Matt Rule's going to get them in. It's just garbage takes from around the media sphere. They don't do anything in this league. And, yeah, they played a nice game at Ohio State, and then they lose, and then they go back and lay an egg against UCLA. To me, they're out of sight, out of mind. Let's go on to 2025.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on a comparison I made earlier in the week, and I wonder how much this kind of puts Penn State in their light with James Franklin. You mentioned Nebraska. The guy that they had for a very long time there was Bo Pelini, who got him to 9 to 10 wins about every year, but just couldn't really get over the hump to win a championship.
In a different conference, too.
Different conference, but all that. But what I'm saying is Nebraska was that team that for a long time had this powerful, iconic image. They had a coach that got them not quite as good as they thought they should have been. They got rid of him and then fell off the map, to your point, and they've been struggling to get back ever since. Do you think people at places like Penn State and other schools around college football who have a okay coach, pretty good coach, gets them into the good positions in the top 10, but they can't win that big game? Do you think that causes them to think twice before they get rid of their pretty good coach?
It should be. It should. I mean, because you have to be careful what you wish for to a degree, but you also have to look at the history. And if you feel, if Penn State feels in this case that they can never get over that hump with James Franklin leading them, and that their ceiling is probably losing a game in the first round of the playoff, if that's as good as it's going to get, especially because Penn State has won and can win at a much higher level than Nebraska because of where it's located and their history, then at some point you have to consider a change. And, who can get us to that next level? I look at a coach like Jeff Brom. Like, Jeff Brom loses some games he shouldn't lose, but then he goes out and beats Clemson convincingly last week. That's what Jeff Brom did. He beat Ohio State. I would be tempted at some point, if I'm Penn State and I've given James everything that he needs to win at the highest level, I'd at some point be tempted to go after a Jeff Brom or a Shane Beamer, a guy who just wins the big game, every so often, because right now they're never winning the big game.
Adam, we appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk next week.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate it.
Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I like the hot take, the scorched earth on Nebraska.
I'll tell you,
because we've been saying that. Hell with him.
We've talked with Adam for a number of years, and I can count on one hand the times where he's been more fired up than what you just heard with Nebraska.
But you know what, though? That goes back to the Indiana thing. He's right. People look at the logo on the helmet.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, well, they got this guy. They got the 5-star quarterback, Dylan Raiola. It's like, okay, what's the rest of the roster look like?
Right.
No, it doesn't matter. They got him. They're Nebraska. They'll be fine. Meanwhile, a program like Indiana, who famously, was leading at the shoe, and then they stopped the game and took a picture of it, of the scoreboard, and framed it. Who was that? Was that Terry Hepner? No, it wasn't Terry Hepner.
No.
Who was it?
Trying to think who that was.
Who's
I know
the guy
you're talking
on Big Ten.
Corso did that.
Corso did that. That's
Yeah,
right.
but you're probably thinking Jerry DiNardo, but it was, Corso
did that.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, what Indiana has done in the past has no bearing on them this season. You're supposed to be watching games from 2024.
Yeah. And I think that history, maybe it matters when you're looking at, all right, trying to predict what teams are going to do before the season starts. If you didn't have Indiana picked highly, that's okay. They had a first-year coach who was bringing in a lot of transfers from James Madison. And you're thinking, is that going to be the formula to win in the Big Ten? I don't know. Maybe you have some skepticism. Now you watch these games, like this is what Adam was saying, but you see how thoroughly they beat these teams, and you go, well, okay, they haven't played Oregon or Ohio State yet, but they have beaten everybody else on their schedule pretty convincingly. I don't know what you're looking for from this team to not at least have them in the top 5. I hope the Buckeyes beat them, and that does put their playoff hopes in jeopardy, but I don't understand it from just a fan standpoint. If I were an Indiana fan, I would be outraged about the way they're getting treated right now.
Well, and just selfishly, from a Buckeyes standpoint, I want them to win all their games, come here, and then have a great number next to their name, and we kick their butt.
I mean, we were expecting, maybe not this year, but usually Michigan is a top 10, top 15 team. You don't have that in Michigan, so you need it in Indiana, right? If they're a top 5 team, that helps you.
What was I going to say to you?
I don't know. Who cares?
The Brownies are discussing the future of Deshaun Watson. We'll tell you about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got a 5-minute delay on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East Split and Livingston Avenue. And watch for an accident that's blocking the right lane. If you're on westbound 670 after 3rd Street, it is causing stop-and-go traffic from 71. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Okay, Donato's pepperoni lovers, it's time to pick your pep deal. Now get $5 off a large hot honey pepperoni pizza, or get $5 off a large pep 150 when you use promo code PEP. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The Buckeye Show.
You can't ever be a program that means business. If Ohio State ever lost that kind of game at home, we would be laughing at them and we would never stop.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Need a new health insurance plan? Don't feel like you have to search for one on your own. There's Health Markets. When you visit healthmarkets.com, you can speak with a licensed insurance agent in your area and get personalized recommendations. With Health Markets, you can feel confident you're choosing a health insurance plan that fits your needs and your budget. See how easy it can be to search for your next health insurance plan with healthmarkets.com. Visit healthmarkets.com today. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Meijer holiday deals are here. Shop now and find gifts for everyone on your list. Like a Gourmet 7 or 8 quart air fryer, just $59.99. Save $40. Buy one, get one 40% off on Barbie dolls and play sets. Buy one, get one 40% off board or card games. And Falls Creek or Colorful Planet kids sweaters for $12.99. Count on Meijer to help make the holidays extra special. Shop even more great holiday deals like these in-store or in the Meijer app. Exclusions apply.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Saturday is game day on The Fan.
Sponsored by Riker Chevy.
Every game, every season, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Please subscribe to the podcast of This Stupid Show. It's available wherever you get your stupid audio. Just search Common Man and T-Bone. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. Podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. So Andrew Berry yesterday, Bone, your guy, Browns general manager, was talking about the future of Deshaun Watson, who, of course, is injured and will not be back with the Achilles. He's also terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was asked about what Deshaun's standing is with the franchise moving forward. And Andrew Berry answered this way. Really, our focus with Deshaun, I would say, for any player with a season-ending injury and a major injury is first and foremost to make sure he gets healthy from the Achilles injury. Everything else we'll deal with at a later moment. Okay. He was also then asked about Kevin Stefanski's future with the Browns.
Yeah.
Where he said, Kevin's an outstanding coach, and he's absolutely part of the solution. That's all well and good. Here's my question. Here's my hot take question to Andrew Berry. Should you be part of the solution?
No.
That's the thing. Look, and this is what I said during the offseason when he was extended, when Kevin Stefanski was extended, and Browns fans for some reason took a victory lap. And I said at the time, and you did too, we could be looking at the executive, Andrew Berry, who signed the worst contract in the history of professional sports when it's all said and done.
Well, this is why I will never understand fans who become total and 100% fans of a player or a coach, or in this case, a front office executive over a team. Like, I only would root for Andrew Berry to be successful in what he does in his role with the Browns because he's in a role with the Browns. I want him to be good for that reason. If he is not, then that costs me, my team, the ability to be as good as I hope they could be. So I'm mad at him. I don't understand why people look at the success that this team has had, or lack thereof, and say, yeah, but we got Deshaun, like in the offseason. Who in their right mind thought it's a slam dunk Deshaun Watson's going to come out and just dominate? Why would anyone think that?
Well, some people did.
No. But why? Explain it to me like I'm five.
Because they wanted it to happen.
Right.
Because of the magic.
Right.
That's why.
Because I think there's and I don't blame people for feeling this way. I felt this way plenty of times too. There is a need when you look at your day-to-day life sometimes and you're frustrated, you're tired, maybe you got a busy job, whatever you do, and then you go and you flip on the TV to watch your favorite football team. You just want to have that team be good, and you just want to believe they're going to be good. That makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, and that's fine. That's the way it should be. Unfortunately, a team like the Browns kicks you in the teeth every year. And if you're someone who hasn't developed defenses to that, that is okay. But as some of us fans have, we say, Andrew Berry, I don't like the fact that you can't get the job done here. The decisions that have been made for this team don't seem to work out. Your offensive line has been atrocious this year, right? It's not just the Deshaun Watson thing. There are lots of other deals that didn't work out too here. And so I'm not a fan of his because it hasn't worked out with the Browns. I'm not someone who says, despite what I see with my eyeballs, I'm going to continue to root for Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, who I like. Like, if they don't get the job done, I'm going to say, I guess I don't root for them anymore. I want someone who can get the job done.
Well, and there's no grace allowed to that because it's not like you can look back and say, but they did win us a Super Bowl 2 years ago, right, so we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. No, they've done nothing for you. This is the problem that I've had for years. When we talk about front offices and GMs, and I've always said you shouldn't hire a front office person, a general manager. You should hire a plan. It's a guy with a plan or a girl with a plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. That was my problem when the Bears decided to keep Matt Eberflus as their head coach this year. You decided your previous plan was bad.
Yeah.
Right? So you let your GM, who was in charge of the previous plan, and your head coach, who was the head coach of the previous plan, pick a new plan, which is go out and get Caleb Williams. I'm sorry, if you failed, then we get new guys to come in and start a new plan. Andrew Berry had a plan. Whether it was all his plan or whether because he was getting pushback from somewhere else, the rumor is, now we're not in there, I don't know, maybe Alice Bo Bishop will tell me off the record. The rumor is Andrew Berry was the guy on Deshaun Watson. And he had to go to the Haslams and convince them. Wasn't the other way around where Jimmy said, draft Johnny Manziel.
Right.
There's none of that, right? It was Andrew Berry saying, this is my plan. Well, your plan has been a disaster. So my question is, why are you allowed to have plan B?
Well, and I understand. He's being asked this question in a press conference. He's answering it.
No, I know what he's supposed to say there. I get it. But at some point,
it has to change, right? That, like, to me, the Haslams, whenever they get done getting sued by the city of Cleveland because they're trying to move the team out of where they currently are and get them out to a dome out by the airport, maybe they could focus on trying to fix this team, not just by rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. You actually have to, at some point, acknowledge that the guy who made this decision was wrong. And I would like to believe in a sane world that when someone convinces you, if that's truly the way it went, maybe it didn't, but if that's truly the way it went, where Andrew Berry is one of the leading voices saying, we got to spend $230 million guaranteed on a guy who hasn't played football for 18 months and has, a little baggage coming with him, that guy shouldn't be allowed to then be in charge of whatever the next part of the future holds. You have one of the most egregious amounts of dead money in the history of pro sports hanging around this franchise. This is going to hinder you for the next couple of years. You ought to get someone who can come in, have a plenty long runway to start figuring out how to undo those issues. Go ahead and tank whatever you got to do, get rid of guys the next couple of years, and just get a bunch of draft picks, build back up, and then start over.
Unless you have a person that has a track record of success, right? For years, Jerry Jones could, fend off his critics by saying, look what I did. That was a long time ago, buddy. That doesn't apply anymore. Yankee fans have the same problem with Brian Cashman.
Sure.
Where look what he did. Yeah, but they haven't won the World Series in 15 years. And you may say, well, 15 years? Oh, my God. My team's never won the World Series. This is the New York Yankees we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Patience only goes so far. So when I hear Browns fans defending Andrew Berry, I don't understand why. He's done nothing for you.
Yeah. This is to me the difference between that. And again, I love Browns fans, but what I don't understand is why we accept. We've had the same problem with Jackets fans for years.
Yarmo.
Where
That's
it's
right.
Like, we're defending these people like they've won something for your team, when what they've really done is they might have had a couple of moments that should have been anybody could have gotten for you, because it's pro sports, it's capped leagues. There should be good playoff runs here and there. That's not the same as someone who has got you consistently to be in championship positions.
Ryan Day with his radio show today. You will hear from the coach coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane on westbound 270 on the South Outer Belt between 23 and 71. Emergency crews are on scene, causing a delay there. And we've got slower traffic on westbound 670 between Grandview Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Medicare.gov, an official message from Medicare. This year, they're comparing all their options during Medicare open enrollment. You don't want any surprise. Visit Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Start at Columbus State Community College. When companies like Intel need to fill thousands of new jobs in Central Ohio, they hire Columbus State graduates. Our engineering technology programs equip you with skills and experience to launch a high-tech career in Columbus's fast-growing fields. And our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive campus community. Take the first step. Apply at cscc.edu/engineeringtech.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better, just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years, and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail bites 365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Hey, what's up? It's Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night, and you can't stand your CPAP machine. The good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine, and Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your significant other will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and stops your snoring. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. Yeah, Marysville. If you're snoring and waking up all of Marysville or wherever you live and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. And as the end of the year approaches, a lot of people have exceeded medical deductibles, which means less out of pocket for you. Don't delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also check him out online, sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. We'll start with the NFL's Week 10 of the regular season gets underway in Baltimore tonight. That's where the 6-3 Ravens host the 4-5 Bengals. You can listen to that game right here on the Fan starting at 8 o'clock with the kickoff at 8:15. In college football, Florida Athletic Director Scott Strickland put out a statement today announcing that the school will be sticking with head coach Billy Napier. This season, the Gators are 4-4 overall and 2-3 in conference play. Napier, though, was just 15-18 through his 2.5 seasons in Gainesville. On the field, second-ranked Iowa State is back at home this weekend for a matchup against Purdue. The Buckeyes entered this one at 7-1 on the year. Meanwhile, Purdue is just 1-7 this season with their lone win coming back in Week 1 against Indiana State. They'll kick off at noon on Saturday at the Shoe. This update is sponsored by Valley Ford of Columbus, your connection for the best selection of Ford Blue Advantage certified used vehicles. Breaking sports news. What happens on the Fan? Ohio's sports destination.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, especially the ESPN Bet Sportsbook that's inside Hollywood Casino. It's right there, smack dab in the middle. Can't miss it.
Yep.
Like the eye of a hurricane. There's lots of crazy things going around outside, but you walk in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's peaceful. I don't know if peaceful is the right word. You have people betting on things. Scotty Vegas is screaming that his kids can't go to college.
But you know what you also have? You have a lot of TVs with a lot of action on it. And whatever you're looking to see, it's all right there. Plus, gigantic pretzels.
Huge pretzels.
My God, yes. The pretzels they're the size of a steering wheel. I'm telling you, they're huge.
They serve them on a meat hook.
Yeah.
With a variety of dips.
Dip.
I've not had one, but they've passed by me several times. They look fantastic.
Next time that we're going full pretzel. Next time we're there.
Please go there. ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Bone, this was one of the dumbest stories when we talked about it at the time, and I'd forgotten about it until I saw this headline. WWE no longer interested in legalizing betting on matches. Okay, because it was the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, what are we talking about with legalizing? I know that they have I know there have been odds on betting on wrestling before. Am I wrong?
There are?
Teddy. They did this. Some people have.
It's like offshore betting. You can bet on different matches.
So it's illegal.
Absolutely. You can do that. Yeah.
So offshore sites have done this for a long time where you can bet on like who's going to win WrestleMania. And it's right. I'm with you that I would never want to touch that in a million years because if people aren't aware, this is a scripted product. So much like I guess you could also on some offshore sites bet on the ending of CSI Hoboken or whichever one they're doing now. Right? Like, you can bet on stuff like what's going to happen when this show comes out. Someone who's working there could theoretically go bet on that and screw you over. So I would want no part of that being legalized.
Look, I know there's like insider information, like the stupid guy who went to Great American Ballpark and was betting on a college game because he got a tip.
Yeah,
from the coach
of Alabama, wasn't it?
Alabama's college team saying, "Yeah, my big starter's not playing today," and still that's a hindrance then for Alabama. Yeah. But it's not like you saw a script and you knew exactly what was going to happen. There's still risk even when you have inside information.
Yes, that's correct. This is literally the idea is this. It's not like they get into the ring and then they figure it out, even where it's like a super close secret. But they have production people who know who's going to win. They have graphics ready for it. They have a whole setup. They have to. A lot of times in WWE, if you've never watched this stuff, like especially at a big pay-per-view or something, someone will win the match, and then as that person's celebrating, like another star will come out, and the lights will go down, and then this dude will show up and is like, "Oh my God, it's The Rock! He's back!" And they're.
I like how we're explaining how wrestling works.
Well, for people who don't watch wrestling, it's like
they know.
You don't think it's just like a couple people that know this. It's half the building has to know this going in. So if you allow people to bet on this, yeah, that would be very bad.
That's stupid.
I'm glad it's not going through. That's dumb.
Hey, Fox says 9.94 million watch the Buckeyes in Penn State. That's the highest rated Fox game and Big Ten game on any network this season. So,
all right.
There you go.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. That was a very good game. It was right down to the wire.
This is what I say all the time. You put good games on TV. You put compelling product on TV. It doesn't matter if it's at noon or 10 p.m. People will find you.
Well, and beyond that, I don't understand why we care. I mean, I know why you're giving that number just to say, here, in case you're curious, here's what it did. But I've heard like OSU fans, I've heard Big Ten fans from other teams talking about how, oh my gosh, the fact that some of these games aren't on at night, it's screwing over Ohio State. How? What are you talking about? If the answer is it has to do with recruiting, it's tough for guys to get here from a Friday night football game to then get on a flight, get into Columbus, get ready to go for okay, maybe that has some merit. I'll give you that. But as far as the idea that this is going to hurt them in the college football playoff standings or something like that, like you said, these games are on. People are watching them, and a lot of people. But you know what? If Fox could draw 2 million more viewers if they put it on at 8 o'clock, why do I care about that? What does that matter to me? That's Fox's business. When the game's on, I'm watching. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why we care about Fox could be maximizing their return or competing with the SEC at night. I don't care. Put this game on at noon where you have no competition, and then let the SEC be on at night, and you can watch all these games and see for yourself who's better.
Ryan Day with his radio show today. Here is Ryan Day lying to you. Well, he's not lying to you. He's just saying coach things, talking about Purdue.
And they played these teams well. They took Illinois all the way to the end. They took Northwestern all the way to the end. They're playing good football. So, we got to play hard. I mean, we got to play physical. We got to execute all those things and take the next step coming off of this last game.
When all you can point to is Purdue losing a tough game to Northwestern. They won their first game of the season, Purdue did. They've lost them all since then. They've fired the entire offensive staff.
They're 0-5 in the conference.
They're awful.
They're
awful.
They are as bad as it gets.
I mean, he knows that. He can't come out and say they're awful. I get it. But that was the most coachy answer ever.
Well, right. And I don't know what the question was. If the question was, Ryan, are you excited for your team to get healthy this week against Purdue? And then if he pulled a Saban on and was like, hey, you listen here.
No,
that is the greatest football team I've ever. Hey, our fans better be there. No. But if they asked him, like, your thoughts on how Purdue has been this year, I know they've lost 7 in a row, but what do you see on film that maybe jumps out to you about this team? And then that makes sense if his answer is, well, they took this team close. That team was close. We got to be ready to play, all that stuff.
Here is Ryan Day talking about the quarterbacks over at Purdue.
I've been impressed with both of them on film, watching them. I think they're both talented. We recruited Hudson Card coming out of high school, and Brown did a nice job when he stepped into the game as well. So, I think these guys have talent. And, I told the defense that, in our Tuesday meeting, that they do a nice job, and they have 2 good quarterbacks. And like you said, they both bring a little bit of something different to the table, but both can throw the ball and get the ball out quickly and have good arms, and both can run, and they have scramble ability. So, I know this team's going to come in and play well.
See, here's why I don't host this show. And I'm not saying, that Keels doesn't do a great job. He does. But I would say we recruited Hudson Card coming out of high school, right? And coming out of high school, he was a 5-star guy.
Yeah.
He was a big-time guy, went to Texas, ultimately. I would then have asked, you had an open quarterback position this offseason. He was in the transfer portal. You said you recruited him. Did you kick the tires on Hudson Card? No? Why? Because he sucks, and you're glad he didn't come here out of high school? That's why.
Right. Yeah. I look, the reality is, let's be honest about what sometimes happens with coaches' shows. I'm not saying it happens all the time on this one. I'm just pointing out these coaches are contractually obligated to talk on these shows. They don't want to just say, it's Purdue, next, like that.
Right.
And they have to answer questions.
And Paul can only ask him so many questions, too. What are you going to ask?
Yeah, I mean, Paul's also professional enough that he's not going to say, like, hey, anyway, Purdue sucks. What do you think about, let's talk about Indiana. How about Coach Sig?
Your thoughts on the election Tuesday night.
Right. I mean, you're going to have to keep it to football, keep it to, and if you ask a coach anything other than about the week ahead, they're going to say, we're not looking at Indiana. We're not even thinking about that. What are you talking? We're focused on Purdue. So it's just,
I wonder.
That's what you have to do.
Ryan Day said on Halloween that he had no idea it was Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
He's a man with children at home, now older children. I don't know if they're necessarily trick-or-treat age, but still. He did not know that the World Series had ended. He did not know who was playing in the World Series. I'll almost forgive that.
Right.
Maybe he's not a baseball guy. Doesn't care. It's fine. He's probably a Red Sox guy, being from New Hampshire. Doesn't care about the Yankees. Got it. Do you think he's aware who the president-elect of the United States is? I ask this in all sincerity.
Well, I'm sure he's heard that. I'm sure, if nothing else, probably because, again, they got a million assistants. If he didn't watch it himself, I'm sure they have someone whose job is to, like, check in on the real world so he can talk to his players, who might also be paying attention to stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Just be saying, hey, guys, you saw this. Here's what we're going to not do. No one is going to go out and talk about this in the media. We're not looking for any attention from that. Maybe that's how it is phrased. Although I do wonder, I don't know if he votes. I don't know if he voted absentee or whatever, but however he voted, if he did, you wonder if he opened up the ballot or went into the polling station and looked and he was like, all right, let's see here. We got Donald Trump and then we got Kamala Harris. What happened to Joe Biden? Like, I wonder if he
if he missed that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's locked in. That was in August, right? Or thereabouts. July. He fully is in preparation for fall camp. And
true enough.
I mean, I wonder if he actually saw that and was catching up on that
I was
stuff.
all set to vote for RFK Jr. I don't even see him on here. Aaron Rodgers is his vice president.
Well, if you were wanting to vote for RFK Jr., I've got some news. He's going to be around.
Hey, Mac Brown, he's 100. He's a football coach. He says there's too many distractions in college football. We'll talk about that next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Stop and go traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East and West Split. And there's a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270. This report is sponsored by Z-Bar. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bar undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bar, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I get tests, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now, and I can can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
You get up early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to thrive in the winter. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,100. Now through November 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by Bain Welker Equipment in Circleville for a test drive and see their full line of Kubota products. Or visit online at bain-welkerkubota.com.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Your small business can save big with the SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com. That's 844-MEDOhio.com. Anthem's SACA benefit plan. 844-MEDOhio.com.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Post Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists. For a limited time, 2 exclusive double-sided Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post up your combo at Cane's while supplies last and support a good cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew. You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible. That's right. You got to pause before you play. Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky. And pausing to set limits is an all-star move. That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop. Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and a perfect finish on this Thursday. Temperatures running in the low 70s. Overnight, we'll see clear skies, light winds, a touch of fog possible. Otherwise, plenty of sunshine by Friday afternoon. Temperatures back in the low to mid 60s. A nice night for high school football and a better day for your Buckeye game day on Saturday with plenty of sunshine back in the mid 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
Oh, Fish has just handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. It's my favorite part of the day.
Plug away.
Morning Juice at 7:19. Rick Nash, Jackets Director of Hockey Ops, will join the program.
There you go.
Brady Quinn will be on Rothman and Ice at 12:33. And on the Buckeye Show tomorrow night, it's the full throttle version with Timmy, Austin Ward, DeVere Posey, Dane Sanzenbacher, all on the show tomorrow night.
Love it.
Don't miss it.
That's
and on
good.
this show tomorrow, well, actually, tomorrow's must miss.
Tomorrow's Tool of the Week.
Must miss.
Come on, we got Tool of the Week coming. That's good.
Mac Brown. Mac Brown is, where is he still? North Carolina?
Yeah.
Still there? Okay. Head coach at North Carolina, was the head coach at Texas the last time they won a national championship. He is an old guy. And he was asked about the current state of college football and how there's too many distractions. He said, I used to think that we were the NFL because there is no more amateurism, but we're really not. We're really more like pro baseball because whoever has the most money can buy the best players. That has to be taken care of. He says, well, go ahead. Your thoughts.
I don't think it's like baseball because I do think there's a lot more parity in college football than what we have seen in the past in Major League Baseball, where the power tends to be concentrated to 3 or 4 teams.
Well, now he's going to talk about that.
Okay.
Because then the question was, well, then why do you have, these really good teams pooping themselves against bad teams if they can just go out and buy the best players?
Right.
He said there are more distractions for these coaches and players than ever before. Social media is a buzz. They want someone fired after every game, but there's usually too big of a buyout to fire them, so they just want to be miserable. Secondly, the players have agents. Agents are talking to them about transferring every week. There are third parties involved now more than ever before. There are distractions for parents. You got NIL distractions. Players talking about, I'm not making enough money. What are you going to pay me to stay? I'll threaten to leave if you don't give me more money. Then you've got social media where people are talking about player being better, and they probably are on certain weekends. Then they go from that, and they should be off the team. Look, he says, endless money, buy your team.
Right.
But then, once you get your superstar team in, those players are too distracted with outside noise to actually go on the football field and focus and beat teams like they should on Saturday.
Right. So which is it?
I don't know.
Do the good teams buy up all the great players and they dominate?
But then they're too distracted to dominate.
Yeah, I think it's actually the opposite, which is if you watch college football, which I'll be fair to Mac Brown. He doesn't. He watches his team and the teams he has to play, and that's about it.
And that's what he should.
Yeah.
That's why the coach's poll is meaningless.
Right. So, but the larger landscape, I believe, in college athletics, basketball and football at least, is that you have seen so many more teams who are not your blue blood teams have really nice runs. I don't think we're going to get to a point where Boise State will have a run like Bama has had in the 2010s, right? Or I don't think you're going to get that level of, oh my gosh, these non-traditional powers are now suddenly running the sport. But I do think you're going to see way more teams be way more competitive more often. Like that Indiana example is not the first one we've seen, right? Where a team has been decent to really good out of the gates with a new head coach. That is something that you can change fairly quickly if you get the right mix of transfers. Yes, it takes some NIL, but it also takes you knowing how to pick players. I honestly think Mac Brown's main complaint here, that guys are distracted and there's too much money and every week they're asking for more money. Does that happen in the NFL or the NBA or most of these other leagues? No. Why is that? Because they have contracts. The contracts stipulate what you get paid. At the end of a year, they might say, hey, I outperformed my contract. I'd like a new one. But that's not what we're talking about. You're saying week to week, you've got guys saying, give me another $100,000 or I'm out. Right. That would be cured by having contracts. If we're going to make all this money in college football.
And in fairness, most coaches want contracts.
Oh, yeah.
Coaches do.
But yes, exactly right. But this notion that it is somehow, it always seems to, there's always a hinting, at least it seems like, and maybe Mac Brown's not saying this, but there are a lot of coaches who got out of the game. Urban Meyer's one of them, who said, because I can't just scream my players into submission, I don't want to coach anymore. Because I don't like the fact that I can't just yell at them and threaten them and then they just fall in line. Now I have to treat them like adults, grown men with money. We saw that went for Urban when he coached in the NFL. It didn't work out well, and he wouldn't be able to function in this part of college football now that there's this type of money. He's not alone. There's lots of other coaches. Mac Brown might be one of them too.
Well, and some of these coaches sometimes like to rewrite the history of the game. I'm not saying that I'm just a fan of everything that goes on in today's game, because I think there are pluses and minuses, but when Nick Saban would come out and talk about how we got to value these other bowl games and prop them up, and that's the history of college football. No, it's not. That's a history of college football from the late 70s on, because you wanted to make money with all these bowl games. It had nothing to do with history. It had nothing to do with honoring programs and teams. Mac Brown talked about now you just have the top programs, they pay all the money and they can win. Back in the old days, I missed it. Like, were there huge upsets going on? Right. No, you rarely saw upsets. You had the same programs competing. Now, some would drop off as time went on, and other programs would pop back up and assert their dominance. But you never had this big Wild West where anybody could win. Look at John Wooden in college basketball.
Yeah.
John Wooden hoarded all the talent in college basketball and won titles.
And by the way, if you go back and read articles from the late 70s in that time period when Wooden was coaching, you will see articles talking about how you really think you got all these guys to come, these best players in all of the country. Did you think he got them to come there and then sit on the bench for 3 years behind all the other studs they had for nothing? There was suspicion back then that somehow money was finding its way. In Los Angeles, in a giant city, someone was finding a way to get a couple players some cash to keep them happy, so they stuck around. The point being, even your idols and heroes that you point to in that era of college sports, there was some of that stuff going on back then. I don't think you could go find a Woody Hayes team that didn't have guys who knew where the parking lots were that you could get a handshake in.
It's on a different level. I forget who we were talking to. Somebody who I think was on the air, where we were talking about all the NIL and the extra stuff. And, he was upset because they didn't have any of that when he played.
Right.
But the way he answered the question was, sure, I got a car, but I mean...
Right. You could find ways to get what you needed. It was very much, if anything, now at least it's above board a little bit more, where you're dealing with people who you can acknowledge their names and faces exist, and you can actually complain to someone if maybe they don't follow through with what they've said they were going to do. But yeah, the idea that like college sports were just in the last 5 years suddenly became tarnished.
No golden age, no utopia, none of this.
I promise you, go look up the Penn football team from the late 30s, early 40s. Again, this was around World War II, so it was a little different in college football then because a lot of teams weren't playing. But Penn football, I believe, got to go to a bowl game out west because they were good enough. They had a decent season. The players decided not to go because they felt like they weren't getting paid enough to do it. That was a story that was in the papers in the late 30s or early 40s about this Penn team. And that was just like, the players all walked out on the coach because they said we weren't getting compensated enough to go all the way out there. And they didn't want to do it. So they didn't. And that was a story. It was a national college football story. Those are the golden days you're talking about. That happened back then, too.
All right. The NBA next year has a deal with Amazon. Amazon is supposed to, per the terms of their new contract, come up with a new theme song for the NBA on Amazon. Well, what does Amazon know about writing a theme song?
Nothing.
Right? But you know who does know how to write a theme song? The dummies on this show.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little workshopping coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670 at I-70. Crews are on scene causing holdup. And we've got some slower traffic on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Ebright Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio 811. Call before you dig. Contact Ohio 811 at least 48 hours before you dig. It's easy to do, and it's the law. Centerpoint Energy, Columbia Gas, Duke Energy, and Enbridge Gas want you to dig safely. Contact Ohio 811 every time you dig. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Enjoy rates as low as 9.90% APR with a Visa Platinum credit card from BMI FCU.
The perfect low-rate card for your wallet.
Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Gambling too much? Or just can't seem to cut your losses? I'm Abdullah Mahmood, pub and gambling counselor at Maryhaven. Whether it's you or someone you love, we're here to help you control gambling before it controls you. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven is here for you no matter what. And that's a bet you can actually count on this football season. Confidential and judgment-free, go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go.
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch. Under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course. We're talking turkey. With event pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here. Join us for a special First Friday live broadcast in High Bank Distillery in Grandview. It's Wednesday, November 13th, 9 to noon. Check out our exclusive fan barrel picks and enjoy High Bank's famous chicken and biscuits from High Bank Distillery and the Fan.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sports book is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
If your air conditioning or furnace stops working in the middle of the night, on a weekend, or over a holiday, there's no reason to wait to get it fixed. For 100 years, Atlas Butler has been here for your family. We're always open, we work on all furnace and air conditioner brands, and it's easy and convenient to request service. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Post Malone is teaming up with Raising Cane's to empower the next generation of artists. For a limited time, 2 exclusive double-sided Post Malone posters are available at Raising Cane's. So post up your combo at Cane's while supplies last and support a good cause. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The dumb is strong with this show. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Bone, I have some sad news to report.
Okay.
Elwood Edwards has died at the age of 74. Elwood Edwards. Do you know who that guy is?
No. Is he related to Jake? Jake and Elwood?
No. All right. He is the You Got Mail voice guy.
Oh, okay.
He was the voice of the original You Got Mail on AOL.
That's, man, That tells you how long that's been a thing now. I guess we're getting old.
74 years old. R.I.P. Elwood Edwards.
I was talking about this with a buddy of mine, and I think a lot of people who listen to us fall into this age category because, yeah, if you're like younger, let's say you're under 30, you probably don't have a good recollection of the "You've Got Mail." Like
You've
that's
heard it though,
no,
right?
You know it, but you know it as
Can you pull that up somewhere? The "You Got Mail" sound from AOL. Thank you.
But you know it as a pop culture reference. You don't know it as like you didn't get email that did that. You probably didn't have that.
Right.
And I'm saying it's weird being if you're in your 40s, especially like early 40s, late 30s, probably up to 50, 35 to 50, that probably age range. That's the group of people that grew up without the internet. And then young in their adulthood or even in their teenage years, the internet came into their lives and they've had it ever since. We're going to look back at that when we're like in our 70s and 80s and go, I was one of those people who lived when there was no internet. People are going to be like, yeah, whatever, you dinosaur. No, you didn't. That was 200 years ago. We were the ones who still had that.
I remember the "You've Got Mail" guy.
That's going to be a thing.
Give it to me, Teddy.
You've got mail.
Great audio.
A little scratchy.
Well, it was recorded.
You've got mail.
1989 is when they recorded that for the first time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I read that.
Wow.
Taylor Swift.
1989.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of iconic things, the NBA has a new television deal with Amazon starting next year. But some details of the contract are starting to come out. For example, in the contract, it says that they have to be promoted a certain amount of times during Amazon's NFL football coverage on Thursday nights.
Makes sense.
The other thing that they have to do, Amazon, is create a new and exclusive theme song for the NBA. They don't want the Thursday night football theme being recycled. None of that. They want an exclusive theme song. So I said, well, who knows how to write songs? Me and you.
Yeah.
So I have some ideas, and I know you came up with one as well. You tell me what you think about this. Timmy's over there. We're going to workshop with Timmy. He has not heard these yet, but here is one idea I had for an NBA theme song for Amazon. Listen.
Basketball is a thing. Basketball is so fun. NBA on Amazon. Basketball is #1. You can buy groceries, get your prescriptions filled. Purchase tampons in bulk. Your NBA dreams have been fulfilled. This is the NBA on Amazon.
And then the players start running out. They showing the crowd and everything.
Clips are playing. Jason Tatum's going, yeah,
you can picture it,
flexing. Yeah. Joel Embiid is not playing in a game.
Hey, it's a good chance for them to advertise that you can do everything else on their site too.
Yeah,
tampons in bulk, prescriptions filled.
It's got a good. It's got a good kick point. I like it.
All right, here's another one. Again, think about sitting on the couch. You got a nice cold Coors Light.
Yeah.
Right there, ready to go. Your favorite NBA team's coming on, and you hear this.
Adam Silver was made in a lab.
J.J. Redick is changing Ronnie's diaper.
We're also running a sale on olive oil over at Whole Foods. Use promo code NBA to save 20%. This is the NBA on Amazon.
Yeah! See? And you threw in the promo code for Whole Foods. Save on olive. All right, stop it.
That's right. There you go.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
No. There's highlights going under that. I can see that. There's talking. There's highlights. Yeah.
This is the NBA on Amazon.
Perfect.
Nice.
I even hit the post. Look at that.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
So what do you like, the first one or the second one?
I think I like the first one. The second one is unique, but I think I like the traditional aspect of the first one where it's got like the dramatic build up. So we're playing, little clips behind that, or the NBA logo is spinning around, and then the Amazon logo is intertwined, and then the clips start, and then boom, it hits a kick point.
All right, Bone, do you want to set up your intro here?
Well, sometimes you have, they'll do like, what do we have? Big noon kickoff, right? Or you might have, hey, it's Tuesday night Maction. So the NBA has their own version. They call this well, you'll see. Go ahead, play it.
Lights on, the whistle blows.
nobody playing. Joel Embiid is punching a reporter.
Take that, Carrie Underwood.
Sixers are taking on the Cavaliers.
Everybody's benched.
Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell not playing tonight.
No one's playing. Although, they're not load managing. They've been doing great.
No, not
They're out
them.
there.
Not
They're
them.
playing. They have rules against that now, Timmy. Can't load manage as obvious. As
Right,
obviously as you did.
What do you think would first one, second one, third one? What do you like?
I still first and third now. Still, that first one I think is a slight lead. I like this most recent one that we heard for load management because it does feel like it just feels like the NBA on Amazon isn't going to be the biggest thing right away.
How do you know?
Oh, you're going to
get. It's just my guess. It's just my hunch. I feel like it will be a load management type of night.
Exactly right, Timmy. I feel like they are going to have some games where it's like, oh wait, are we on TNT? Oh no, we're not because that's
we're on Amazon.
We're on Amazon.
It's going to be like the Pistons against the Jick, you know,
Magic, the Jick. God, yeah. Like tonight, you've got the Spurs and the Trailblazers.
Right.
How's
Pop doing?
Well, he's good.
Pop's out.
I mean, yeah, that's right.
He's got the illness,
Pop's
right?
He's got illness. That's right. He's ill.
It's not good for Pop.
No, I was going to say it's bad for Pop.
I forgot about that.
Poor
You're right.
Pop.
He's all right.
Greg Popovich. He'll be fine.
Is that? I don't know.
Is that the illness? I don't know. Okay.
Timmy, I haven't heard your song in a while.
Which
and you know
one?
what? I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Ass on Fire?
No, the old Timmy song.
Oh, that one.
Do you remember that one?
I do. It was like a country twang about going to Utah.
That's right.
Oh,
it slapped.
Although I did hear a note on some of the songs today. I heard a note.
You heard a note?
Yeah, I got a note. The note was the songs are getting a little too long. They're like 4-minute opuses. Maybe we trim those down to like a minute and a half. Try to get them a little tighter.
Who gave you the note?
I don't want to say. Just someone,
All right.
I think that. What was the name of the Timmy song? The one where I go to Utah. What was the title of it?
My rhyme with Dish. The guy
Wasn't
who
it
said
just
that?
Oh Timmy?
I think it is Oh Timmy. It couldn't have been more than 220. That song.
I don't know.
There's a good silence.
I lost it. It was here. I was going to play it and taunt fish the entire time. Hey, the Jags have signed C.J. Beathard again, or C.J. Beathard.
No.
C.J. Beathard.
That is his government name now.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Beathard.
Trevor Lawrence is ouchie with a shoulder. He's unlikely to play against the Vikings this weekend. I don't know what that does to the Jags season.
What does it matter?
You're right. It doesn't matter. I don't know who their backup is, but C.J. Beathard is now back on the roster. He's got a phone, like a teal phone. Whenever the Jaguars need him, it rings. He picks it up. I'll be there in a second.
Does it also make the noise like rah, 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 and then he picks it up?
It's
a Jaguar.
It's the Penn State line noise.
Yeah.
It's the Wild Card Wednesday noise.
It's actually like the Jaguar head, but it's 3D, and the mouth opens up and the phone pops out.
I'll be right there.
Why can't Blake Bortles get these gigs? What happened to him?
Oh yeah,
he's old.
What could he be more than 32?
C.J. Beathard?
There's no right.
Blake Bortles is older than Beathard.
I bet you Blake Bortles isn't 33 years old.
All right, I'm looking.
I'm looking up C.J. Beathard. I'm looking up his actual age.
All right, Blake Bortles is 32, I guess.
Okay.
Doesn't it seem like he was in the league like 20 years ago, though?
But Timmy's point is well taken. By the way, C.J. Beathard beat him to beat hard is only 30.
There you go. Youthful.
So, yeah.
Youthful.
Iowa, where'd Bortles go? Central Florida?
I believe that's
yes,
Beathard, Iowa boy, right?
That's right.
That's right.
This is great. Hey, Degenerate T-Bone is coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to hit some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 30-minute delay on westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and 315. And we've got a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between 670 and I-70. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. Okay, Donato's pepperoni lovers, it's time to pick your pep deal. Now get $5 off a large hot honey pepperoni pizza or get $5 off a large pep 150 when you use promo code PEP. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan. Traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED, and as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season: a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
If your garage door doesn't have windows, but you can still see through it, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we fix crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
You want a sub made the authentic Jersey way? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want a radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a talking dog that only talks about Jersey Mike's. My owner says, "Hey, buddy." And I'm like, "Get me an authentic Jersey sub." He says, "That's all you ever think about." And I say, "No. I also think about teaching myself to drive the Jersey Mike's, but until I figure that out, you're all I have." Woof, woof. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Can't make it to the game? Watch the Fan's pre- and post-game shows live on YouTube. Just search 97 on The Fan and click subscribe.
The Fan's YouTube channel is sponsored by Coors Light.
Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota with more all-wheel drive choices like the best-selling RAV4. Now through December 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 24 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details. Or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
In honor of Veterans Day, we're celebrating those who have given the ultimate sacrifice by giving back to Tunnel to Towers. Get to Twin Peaks and donate $5 to Tunnel to Towers through November 30th and receive $5 back to spend on yourself at Twin Peaks this December. Valid at participating locations.
Some of those old injuries, they begin to creep up and things begin to start hurting again. I finally got to the point where I'm like, I can't just wake up and know my knee's going to be bothering me and push through this on a daily basis.
Old football injuries can't keep former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter down. So he decided to check out the all-natural regenerative pain treatments at QC Kinetics.
I was fortunate enough to obviously sit down with QC and kind of understand your body still has the ability to heal in it. We just need to give it a little bit of a boost.
Exactly. QC Kinetics concentrates your body's own healing agents in your painful hips, shoulders, knees, or back.
Everyone can say, well, you need to replace this or replace that, but it's no surprise to see people being willing to try this first, especially when it has such great results.
Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus and call today for your complimentary consultation. See if you're a good candidate. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. Again, 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
Common Man and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company. I just want to let all of you know, I want to let you know that I know that last segment sucked.
It did?
Okay? Yes, I know it. I wish I could go back in time and just rip it out of everybody's brain.
Why did it suck? I mean, it did, but I'm just curious which reason you had.
You don't even know what's going on.
I didn't know which reason you had.
Because it sucked.
Are you mad that my song was better than yours?
Your song was very good. Very good song.
I think that's why it sucked, Teddy.
The rest of it sucked. Ted, if you could assign a letter grade to the last segment, what would it be?
D. At least, right?
I was thinking G.
For what?
Goodness.
Goodness gracious, that was awful. Yeah. Right. It's good.
GD, that's bad?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, Degenerate T-Bone.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200-plus care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. OhioHealth.com/finest care.
I mean, there was a point in that segment we were arguing over the age of Blake Bortles and CJ Beathard. So
yes, but we got to say the word CJ Beathard, which always makes me happy.
All right, anyway, go ahead.
All right. So let's talk about the college football playoff rankings, right? So we know that those exist. There are odds now that have changed for the college football playoffs, not just to make the playoffs, but to be your conference champion and to win the college football playoff championship. And the leader in the clubhouse, the Vegas odds favorite, is the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the college football playoff championship now that they are ranked second in the rankings. Obviously, they would get the 5th seed if that's how it played out today at plus 325. However, they are the odds-on favorite to win the conference championship as of right now. Minus 105 compared to Oregon's plus 105. Presumably, those would be the two matching up in that Big Ten championship game. Oregon is next best odds to win the college football playoff at plus 400. Georgia also plus 400. Texas plus 500, or essentially 5-1. Then you've got Miami Hurricanes at 12-1, Bama at 18-1, Tennessee at 20-1, Penn State 22-1, and then Notre Dame is 25-1, Indiana's 30-1. The teams that have a realistic chance of getting ranked in that spot: BYU 75-1, Boise State 100-1 to win the college football playoffs. I also noted, if you are just betting on Ohio State to make the playoffs, right now, that's minus 5,000 is the odds you can get on that. Wow. Those are odds that you like, Mike. That's a rock hard lock. Or
no, I'm not touching that.
Okay. Again, it's very unlikely that you would have to. I mean, you have to bet a ton of money to make anything on that. But yeah, it's very unlikely.
Or I'm sure there's an opposite of that you can bet on if you don't believe the Buckeyes will make the playoffs.
If you don't believe they will make the playoffs, it's 18-1.
I mean, it's possible if you lose to Indiana.
Yes,
bad. And if you wind up still eking your way into the championship game and losing, bad.
Right. Although that would be tough. Right. I don't know. You're right. Still, there's probably no chance they miss the playoffs as of right now, based on what we've seen.
Yeah, you're right.
There'd have to be, Purdue would have to upset them and then something else. That would probably be what it would take.
Purdue upsets them.
Are you kidding? That's what I'm saying. It's very unlikely. All right, on to actual odds and stuff you can bet on. Tonight, the Bengals taking on the Ravens. That is in Baltimore. Ravens have the better record, of course. Bengals are more desperate. They almost clipped the Ravens earlier this year, losing by a field goal in overtime. Bengals getting 6.5 points in this game. And I found this little nugget interesting. In matchups between AFC North teams since 2015, when you remove the Browns from the equation, because they've been pretty bad over that time, the other three teams, when any two of them get together, the underdog usually covers 70% of the time is the rate that happens. So the Bengals tonight, being 6.5-point dogs, seems likely that they would cover that. Of course, the Ravens defense is kind of average to below average. Same issues plague the Bengals defense. You have two dynamic offenses in this game. I also think looking at the over-under of 52.5, which is high for an NFL game, but I don't think you can make the number high enough for me. I would take the over in this game, and I would say take the points with the Bengals. I think they absolutely have a great shot to win this outright, but give me the 6.5 points. That's where I would go, especially if you're a Bengals fan who's just, desperate to see them win.
I got the line at 6.
Yeah.
And I took the Ravens to cover.
Oh,
so
you did?
I'm
All
going
right.
Oppo Taco of you.
All right. Well, you got a 30% chance according to the numbers.
Hey, Scott Steiner.
Yeah, that's right. Spurs versus the Blazers tonight. I was joking about this game earlier, but there is something interesting with it. Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs second-year man, who is obviously one of the phenoms, the young NBA players, expected to be very great. His over-under tonight is 24.5 points. He's only reached the 25-point mark so far in this young NBA season once in the past 6 games. That's not good. He's averaging around 18 points a game and shooting 42% from the field. Again, this is a guy who's 7'6", 6'6" or whatever he is, and he can dribble and shoot and everything else, and he's only averaging 42% from the field. That's bad. 21% from three-point land, which he was supposed to be much better than. They just lost last night to the Rockets, and he only scored 15 points in 25 minutes. He's going to go up against former number one pick DeAndre Ayton with the Blazers, who's been averaging a double-double throughout these games. He is going to have his hands full with Wemby, but I'm going to say San Antonio doesn't get it done. They lose again, and Wemby doesn't get to 24.5. And finally...
No, there's no finally. We're done.
Commanders and Steelers. Steelers +3 take the points. Mike Tomlin, 2 weeks to prepare. That's a rock hard lock right there. If I've ever heard one.
Mine is trademarked. Don't steal my rock hard.
No trademark.
By the way, my rock hard NHL lock from earlier didn't work out.
Yeah, I know.
Stupid L.A. Kings.
That's how it goes.
I know, but it was good until that game. I won 3 out of the 4 NHL games.
Teddy, does this sound familiar at all? Winning 3 out of your 4 NBA or NHL bets?
But happens a lot.
Have you ever had that happen?
Though,
all the time.
Tonight, I got Ravens to cover the 6.
Okay.
So, sorry, Bengal fans.
Well,
I'm rooting against you.
I got the Bengals to. I'm taking them to cover.
Well,
the
one
6.5.
of us is going to be happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Blake Bortles trivia. No, I got to go. I was looking at his stats. I just have something to say on Blake Bortles. Plus, Fat Boy Food Tap coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're looking at a 15-minute delay due to some stop-and-go traffic on southbound 315 between Ackerman Road and Town Street. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the right shoulder of westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt at Sawmill Road. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Roof Revivers. Whether you need a quick repair or a full replacement, Roof Revivers has you covered. Visit roofrevivers.com today. Roof Revivers. We fix leaky roofs.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sportsbook is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
They just busted a man in our town with a 30-pound bag of hamster bones on him. And my buddy's like, what'd they charge him with? I'm like, with working for Satan, brother. The dude had 30 pounds of hamster bones. The ivory of Arkansas.
From his Netflix special Regular People and hit podcast this past weekend, Theo Von's Return of the Rat Tour, coming to Schottenstein Center November 14th. Tickets on sale now at theovon.com.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With a vet pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
So are you that person? The one who's been buying over-the-counter insoles just to make whatever shoes you wear cushy? Yep, that was me. Hey, it's Anthony. And before I went to the Good Feet store, my back would kill me if I was on my feet for any serious amount of time. I was told about the Good Feet store's 3-step arch support system. Once I tried them in my shoes, I instantly felt more supported, and honestly, my feet felt aligned perfectly for the first time in forever. And they're fit to me personally. And it's not just comfort. My Good Feet store arch supports are designed to balance and strengthen my feet. They've made such a difference in my life. The Good Feet store has helped many people relieve their pain, obviously me included. No waiting required. Good Feet arch supports are immediately available. Bring in your favorite shoes to the Good Feet store, and they'll personally fit you to ensure your comfort. Go ahead. Take a free test walk today. Good Feet products are proudly made in the USA. They're on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City or goodfeet.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Buddy Wells. The second half of the NFL's regular season gets underway in Baltimore tonight as the Ravens host the Bengals in the AFC North matchup. Kickoff from M&T Bank Stadium is at 8:15 tonight. We'll carry that game for you right here on The Fan starting at 8 after the Buckeye Show. In college football, number 2 Ohio State has 4 games left in the regular season, with 3 of them coming at Ohio Stadium. The Buckeyes will play the first of those 3 home games this weekend as they host Purdue at the Shoe. Kickoff is at noon. The Fan's pregame coverage gets started at 6:30 on Saturday morning. And in hockey, the Blue Jackets still have a couple of more days off before they're back on the ice. Columbus returns to action on Saturday night when they face the Kings in LA. The CBJ will be looking to snap their 3-game skid in that one. This update is sponsored by Valley Ford of Columbus, your connection for the best selection of Ford Broncos and Broncos sports. Breaking sports news. When it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No college education, and it shows. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Thursday. So glad you're here. 3 hours a day, every single day. Tell a friend. Maybe don't tell them to listen to this show today.
No.
Tomorrow.
Like, tell them, go to the podcast maybe and find one that's actually good and tell them to listen to that one.
So we were talking for some reason about Blake Bortles.
Timmy brought him up. Said, why doesn't Blake Bortles ever get an opportunity when C.J. Beathard is getting the 19th chance to quarterback an NFL team?
Yes. So Blake Bortles, who I was shocked to learn is only 32 years old. The last time he was on a roster was 2021. So I guess he's retired. If he hasn't announced his retirement, he is retired. 2014, he was the 3rd pick in the draft. Okay?
Yeah.
3rd pick in the draft. So no one would argue that Blake Bortles is a bust for the 3rd pick in the draft, correct?
What do you mean no one would argue he is a bust?
That he isn't a bust. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, we would all say he's a bust.
He's a bust.
He's a bust.
Sucked.
Yes.
Bad. All bad. Okay.
Right.
I would like to point out to you, whenever one of you bitches and moans about terrible quarterback play over the years for your favorite team, fill in the blank. Bone, you've done it. Bengal fans always do it.
Yeah.
Blake Bortles, in the year 2015, had 4,400 yards passing.
Okay.
The Bears are the oldest team in the NFL. Their record is 3,800 yards for a single season passer. Eric Kramer set that record.
You've never had a 4,000-yard passer.
Blake Bortles, the bust of a pick with the Jags, a year they won 5 games, threw 600 more yards than that. As a matter of fact, he'd have the top 2 seasons in Bears history because the next year he threw for 3,900 yards.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I would say as a Browns fan, like, we also have not had someone throw for Blake Bortles 4,400 yards.
You've been over 4,000 yards.
Once. Brian Sipe did it once.
Brian Sipe's awesome.
4,132 yards. All the other numbers after him, I believe, are under 4,000 yards. So, yeah, but you're right. Browns have had that happen once. So that still counts. Your Bears do suck when it comes to quarterback and just in general. Yeah, I know.
And I hate Caleb Williams now, too.
Oh, you hate him? He's done.
He's dead to me. I can't stand it. Hate everything. I was excited about it. I was excited during the offseason. I got excited for a couple weeks during the regular season. Now I'm back to hating them. Okay. So hopefully they'll give me a reason to get excited again. I'm not optimistic. Fat Boy Food, yeah!
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
You know, back in the day, back in the good old days, you couldn't get anything in Ohio Stadium that wasn't like a horrible hot dog or popcorn, peanuts. That was pretty much it when it came to your food selection. But now they got everything for you. You got a little ethnic taste? They got it. You want upscale desserts? They got it. And our friends over at the Levy Culinary Team have created a burger named after the opponent every single week they've been at home this season. It's called the Competition Burger. This Saturday will feature the Purdue German Delight. What is it, you ask? I'm going to tell you. A fresh beef patty topped with house-pickled red cabbage, grilled kielbasa. I love it when you put a sausage on top of a burger, beer-braised onion rings, and finish with a mustard, dill, aioli, lettuce, and tomato. Try the Purdue German Delight Burger at the Taste the Competition Burger Carts at Section 8 on A deck and Section 12 on C deck on game day. They, of course, brought it in here for us to eat today.
It was delicious. I really do like. Now, Dom Tiberi, I know, who was hosting on Bishop and Friends today with Bo Bishop, he has a thing against fusion. He doesn't like food where there's a fusion at all of any types of different foods.
Dom doesn't like anything.
I know he doesn't, but... So he was railing against this. I was a huge fan because he said, I don't know how to eat kielbasa on a burger. And I'm like,
you put your mouth around it and you eat it.
Have you had bacon on a burger? Because bacon on a burger is another meat going on another meat. So that's a little meat on meat action. I'm good with that. And I'm good with this meat on meat action with the kielbasa on top of the burger. It is excellent. You know who else surprised me with this? Timmy Hall. He was noshing on one of these things, said it was good. He enjoyed it. Timmy is eating a burger with aioli on it. And I asked him, I said, are you enjoying your burger with essentially mayonnaise on it? And he said, stop it, Bo. Just stop it.
But like, it is.
As if I was the one who was crazy. Like, stop it.
Is mayonnaise. Right. It's mayonnaise with some different flavoring, but it's still mayonnaise. I'll at least give Craig Krenzel this. Krenzel hated mayonnaise.
Right.
In all of its forms.
Yes.
Aioli, regular mayonnaise, Miracle Whip. He hated it all.
All of it, yeah.
All white, creamy substances he was not a fan of.
Right.
But Timmy will eat the aioli.
You know what, though? I mean, listen, to each their own. I don't understand it because he's saying it has to do with the texture, right? I mean, isn't it? He doesn't like that sliminess of mayo, and aioli is just as slimy, is it not? I think it's wonderful. Look who's bounded in here.
Here he is.
Here he is to defend himself.
How was the aioli?
How was your aioli burger?
Well, the aioli was delicious.
You are a walking contradiction, and I approve of that. It's fine. We all have them. We all have them.
It was on the burger. What was I going to do? Scrape it off like a child?
No,
I'm going to eat the burger.
You could have just passed and not had the burger.
No, everything else about the burger looked delicious. There was like 6 or 7 ingredients on it?
Yeah.
Why am I going to leave it off to the side just because it has one thing I might not be completely up to speed with? Okay. And it's not a straight up mayo because there is a little bit more. There's some flavor to it.
It's
better than a regular mayo.
It's a mustard dill aioli.
It's delicious.
There you go.
I agree with that.
Dill.
2 different flavors to it. I thought it was great having the kielbasa. The multiple meats that we've had with these burgers.
I'm with you.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm with you.
And when Dom Tiberi doesn't like something, then it actually gives it more street cred.
Yeah. Like, Dom also is not a fan of hot honey on a pizza. And if you've never had hot honey on a pepperoni pizza, you are missing out on one of the greatest pleasures in life.
You ever had the Mikey's late night spicy ass pepperoni?
Absolutely.
You know what? Yes. I'm not even sure if I think that does have hot honey on it, but either way, it's very spicy and it's very delicious.
Well,
and
there's
it's got
lots
some
of
the banana peppers on it.
Lots of places that put the hot honey on there. It's good.
So Mike's makes a. You probably get it at the grocery store. I get it at Kroger. they make an extra hot honey.
Do they?
Yes.
I haven't had that.
Oh,
I got to give
makes
that a
my
shot.
nipples hard.
Okay, yeah.
it.
I know I've had the Mike's Hot Honey.
This is extra hot.
Extra hot.
You know what I want to do is I want to get a little cup of that, and I want to go get some then of the Popeyes chicken, the spicy tenders, and dip those in the hot, extra hot honey. And then I will take the fries from Popeyes and dip those in my jalapeno spicy ketchup that I have from Whataburger, and it will just be flame on. It'll be delicious. I can't wait.
Speaking of hot, I just finished the bag of the Will Howard edition, the NIL
Yes.
chip from Grippo's. Might be the hottest chip I've ever had.
Seriously?
Forget about, oh my God, good.
They're not
really
that hot.
good.
Timmy, they're good. They're not
I
that
thought
hot.
they were really hot.
No.
Really
I mean,
hot.
they have a spice to them. I like it.
Of course they have a spice to them.
Mike, you had them, right? I mean, those
No,
are,
I
I
didn't
don't
have
think
any.
he did have them. It was you and me that day.
You didn't have any of
No,
these?
I wasn't offered any.
Oh, they're good.
You were out.
I wasn't
yeah,
offered.
you were out. But
I
they
wasn't
were,
going to drive them to your house.
Well, they're available. They're out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
I found it funny, though, because you told me Will Howard was asked about these chips.
Yeah, I think Adam King was doing a thing with Will, and he brought up the chips. And I think Will also, it's him on the bag. He said they're really good, but really, really hot.
And are they a little too hot for
Maybe
Will
a little
Howard?
too hot for Will.
No, they were right up my alley. They were delicious. I liked them.
You mean Will wasn't in the lab tasting these chips?
Maybe not.
I got to tell you guys.
Well, I
Gotta
believe
get it right.
I believe these chips last year were the Marvin Harrison Jr. chips, and then this year they became the Will Howard
It's
chips.
same flavor?
Could be the same. I don't think I had them when it was the Marvin chip.
It's the Grippos.
It's the
people.
Grippos.
Yeah. So
It's
I mean, they
hot. It's a hot honey barbecue chip.
It's great.
It is delicious. It's very, very spicy.
By the way, I actually have some fast food news, but I know the music ended and all that. Do you
who
want
cares?
this real quick?
Yes.
So Wendy's is quietly rolling out a late fall menu that includes a salted caramel frosty. Take my money right now. I love salted caramel.
Let's do it.
By the way, salted caramel, you can take your pumpkin spice and your peppermint and you can shove them up your you-know-what.
Let's not call names here, okay?
No.
You can just
All of that-
enjoy the salted caramel without having to run down other things that we love.
Salted caramel is superior to those.
I don't know why we have
stand
to
by it.
Easy on peppermint.
All right.
Say what you will about pumpkin. Don't touch the peppermint stuff. You're
I'd rather
wrong.
have
There's room for all
I'd
of
rather
them.
have spearmint. But anyway.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put a piece of gum into your
I'd rather
frosty.
have like a winter green as opposed
Oh,
to
I
a
hate the
peppermint.
winter green.
Oh,
Winter
I love
green
it.
tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
Spearmint is so much better than peppermint. I don't even know. Anyway,
Get out of here.
All right. So they have eventually, I don't know if they'll do a peppermint frosty, but what they're doing right now is a salted caramel frosty because the people at Wendy's have some sense. Also, they're going to do a revamp of the beloved fan favorite taco salad. And they have a new cheeseburger.
I just talked about that the other day because I ate a beetle that was in my Wendy's taco
they're
salad.
revamping that. Here's what the new burger is. On November 12th, 5 days from now, they are releasing a mushroom bacon burger, cheeseburger, along with the frosty and the taco salad. The burger, of course, gets the fresh, never frozen square patty, topped with roasted mushrooms, bacon, Munster cheese.
Munster. See, I go with a Swiss.
Okay, but they're doing Munster.
Give me a Swiss.
And a creamy garlic spread. Well, you got to try this.
I'm going to try it.
before
I
you
like,
say it's
I
no
like a
good.
mushroom burger, but I like a Swiss with my mushroom burger.
But, Timmy, you have got, it's a creamy garlic spread, so there is a little mayo type of spread, but it's a creamy garlic. I don't know if it'll be an aioli. It's a garlic spread.
There's not many things I would get nitpicky with fast food. Mushrooms are probably the one.
Oh,
That's
dude.
probably the only.
I
don't think I'd go for that. I would have something that Mike cooked at his home that contains mushrooms, a fine Italian dish. That I'd be up for because he'd probably have the freshest of mushrooms. He's probably growing them in the backyard.
You don't like the slimy canned mushrooms.
No way.
I'm not a fan of mushrooms, period. So I'm out on all that.
Teddy, you like the mushrooms?
I can eat the mushrooms, but I'm not a big fan of the texture of them, so I prefer not to have them. But
what about a fried mushroom?
Yeah. Just
If it's-
fresh is all that matters. Like I want to pick it. I want to be in the Shire and just grab a mushroom from the grass and eat it.
Teddy, what
Nice
about
and fresh.
What about a psychedelic mushroom?
I don't recommend that, Timmy. You just go out and
No, don't do that.
I don't
mushrooms
really.
you see on the ground.
I don't really do that.
I mean,
there's some out in my backyard. Yeah, you can just grab
Timmy,
them.
you do need to know which mushrooms you're getting. I mean, you can forage. People do that, but you got to be careful because some of them.
I'm a big forager.
Oh, good.
Certain NFL players will be given zero rest. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
Slow traffic is causing a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and Bryce Road. And you're going to hit some stop-and-go traffic on westbound 104 between South High Street and 71. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Landing Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors. Voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sports book is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I get tested, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now, and I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties are just $2.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota. With more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, anything's possible. Like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through December 2nd, get any new Highlander or Grand Highlander with 5.99 APR financing up to 72 months, including hybrid models, with $1,657 per thousand borrowed. Subject to approved credit through TFS. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A pleasant finish to your Thursday with temperatures in the low 60s, plenty of sun and light winds, down to around 40 overnight with light winds and clear skies. A great day on Friday with plenty of sunshine back in the low to mid 60s in the afternoon, even warmer and dry with sunshine on Saturday with highs in the mid 60s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
ESPN Bet is the official sports book of Common Man and T-Bone. On your phone or in person at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The Fan.
Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Thursday. So glad you're here.
By the way, I have two things to tell you, Mike.
Yep.
One of them involves a former NBA player and a sex doll.
Okay.
More on that in a second. But first, tonight, I will be out at Scoreboard Pub and Grill in Delaware.
Nice.
Come by and say hi. I'll be there from 7 to 9 with my friends from Bud Light. We'll have a chance for you to win a trip to New Orleans for the big game in February. Lord knows whatever game that could be. Anyway, come see me. If you're in Delaware, or even if you're not, you can get up there. 7 to 9 p.m. We'll, of course, be watching the football that's on tonight. Scoreboard Pub and Grill in Delaware. Hope to see you out there. Now, Lamar Odom.
Okay.
We know he's had his issues.
Yes.
He was once, were they married or just together? Khloe Kardashian and him were an item for a very long time.
I don't know. I think they had a child together.
Okay. Right. So
he famously OD'd at a brothel.
That also happened after, I think, or that was when they were together or just soon after they had split, something like that.
I don't know.
All right. Here's the story from TMZ today. This just popped across my timeline. Lamar Odom, golden ticket to sex doll factory. He is apparently ordering a real doll, which is one of these custom. They're mannequins, right?
Right, but this isn't like a robot that.
No.
Like Ex Machina.
No, this is. It doesn't. It's just a piece of latex, I'm guessing.
Okay, but it's in lady form.
Yes, but it also apparently, according to this article, he only became aware of these sex dolls. I say only as if like everyone knows. I guess there's probably lots of people that have never heard of such things, but we live on the internet. We've heard of them. He apparently became aware of this like a month ago, and then instantly was like, I got to have one of these. So he called up the company. They said, come on down, Willy Wonka style. You can take a tour of the factory and see everything. Go check out the gobstoppers or whatever you want to do. So
they're juicing Violet Bickerstaff. Is that her name?
Is that right?
Violet?
Maybe? You're turning Violet. Violet? Yeah. It was Violet. I know that.
Was
okay.
her last name?
I don't know. Anyway, here's the thing. Lamar Odom, this article, you can go read it. There's a video of him walking around touring the facility. I'm guessing this is the type of article you could not open at your office. So, because every picture is of him standing next to like naked sex dolls and taking pictures with them.
We opened it at our office.
We did what?
We opened it at our office.
We did, but you know where we work.
I know.
This is news.
This is a research facility.
Yeah.
We're doing it for you.
Here's another part of this that's creepy. So he was at the Las Vegas facility, I guess, a couple days ago. He has asked them to make the doll in the same style and to look like his ex, Khloe Kardashian, which is all kinds of creepy, weird. All of this is kind of weird. And then again, that takes it to a level that's weirder. For me.
I have a very simple question.
Okay.
All right, if you were offered one of these sex doll,
yes, thank you.
Would you take it? It's free.
No.
Okay, Teddy.
I mean,
if you were offered one of these dolls.
Hang on a second. I just want to ask one caveat. Am I like a single man and there's no chance anyone's coming over? Okay.
That's right. No one will ever find you out. This is total privacy. This is just you. Here's a free doll.
No.
These things retail for $8,000.
No. Well, I guess I'd sell it, but no.
No, there's no selling it. You got to use it and enjoy it.
No.
Teddy.
Back when I was banging?
Back when you were banging.
Maybe.
All right, here's
okay. All right.
I appreciate your honesty. here's the parallel that I'm going to make. Once upon a time, common man got himself a deli slicer.
Okay.
Because I was just, I mean, who wouldn't want freshly sliced meats right at your disposal?
Sure.
Okay.
You can buy the large smoked meats in bulk.
Oh, my God.
You can have it as thinly sliced or whatever as you want.
Paper thin. It's like Kramer with his deli slicer.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it.
He also had a deli slicer.
I know.
Yes, it's just like that.
But I'm just saying, I was obsessed with it. But one thing you don't think about when you buy the deli slicer, you think about all the rewards of the deli slicing, okay?
I think I know where you're going
but you
with
don't
this,
think about what a pain in the ass it is to clean the deli slicer. Here's what I'm asking you, sex doll people. Who's cleaning that and how?
He's just a common man.
I don't know, and I don't want to know. That's above my pay grade.
It disturbs me.
Right. Well, all right.
If it's a robot and it's self-cleaning.
Self-cleaning, like your oven.
Well, like those Roombas.
Right.
They'll go around, right?
And dock.
Right?
Sure,
and then they go to the dock. But at some point, though, you still have to empty the bin. Even if there's a bin
there's a
for
bin.
the doll.
Get a robot for that.
Yeah.
Is there like, you put kitty litter in it?
No, I think the only way to really do this
It dries into a clump?
You can't be the one cleaning it, is what I'm saying.
You're going to make another human being clean it? Like your cleaning woman comes every Wednesday and part of her job is dust blinds and clean sex?
No, what I'm saying is they have those guys that do, the guys and gals who do the siding, where they just come over with a power washer and they clean off the crud that gets on your siding. Maybe they just are like, hey, while you're there, you're just like, there's something in my garage. I need you to just, hit that with the power washer. If you just hit it from all angles, and then they walk in, they're like, whoa.
But it's not the exterior that's the issue.
No, but I'm not trying to get too down the weeds here, but I feel like they've got
Intern
ways.
Lindsay does not like this discussion.
I feel like they'd have ways to make it work, is all I'm saying. Now, does that come in a discreet package? Because a lot of adult products, and let you live, that's fine. They always say when you order them, like, this will come in a discreet package. No one will know what this is. Well, how in the world are they not going to know when you basically get like a coffin-sized box delivered to you?
It's a big wooden crate.
What is that in there? It's like, I just got a weird-shaped canoe. That's all.
It says,
check it
use
out.
your crowbar for a party.
Right.
To open the crate. To open the crate. Now, everybody, who has little babies or has had little babies, you always had that little thing that you'd put up their nostrils to suck the boogers out because they didn't know they don't know how to blow their nose at that age.
The suction thing. Yeah.
Maybe that would work.
Right. There's probably, you know what? I bet if you go on the Real Doll website, there's tools and apparatuses available to you for cleaning purposes, I would guess.
You get any that are like refurbished?
Hey, I see you got one of those real sex dolls. Where'd you find that? Like, down at the flea market. They had a deal. It was great. I got it at an estate sale, actually. This guy kicked it, and you wouldn't believe how many of these things he had. 3 for 1. It was great. Have a party. All right.
You know what? I was going to do a story about guys who have been traded in the NFL, and now they don't get a bye week. But, I don't care.
Right.
Get yourself a doll. Relieve stress.
Get yourself a doll.
Get yourself a doll.
Yeah.
The $700 million man could be coming to the Buckeye State. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You're going to find traffic is moving slowly on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. And there's about a 10-minute delay on westbound 670 from 5th Avenue to Neal Avenue. This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
I'm Rick Reichard. Get Black Friday pricing now at Reichard Ford, because we're dealing. Everyone knows that Black Friday is a wild time to buy a car. Reichard Ford learned from last year, so we've already dropped our prices. Fresh incentives from Ford have just been announced, so guess what? You want the best Black Friday selection? You want super sale Black Friday pricing? You want to skip the Black Friday insanity? Well, you get all that this week at #1 Reichard Ford. New 2024 F-150s available with 1.9% APR financing. Or get up to $8,000 off of MSRP. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Broncos. 100 to choose from. Beat the crowd, save more money, shop the best selection at Reichard Ford's pre-Black Friday sale. The largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichardFord.com. Based on 2023 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region offers end 12/2 on approved credit. Come in now, because we're dealing.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Full inventory sale at Logan Services. Save up to $2,500 and 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying train system. Plus, your choice of 1 air quality freebie. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Now, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on a water heater and water conditioning combo. Ask us about tax credits when you book your free estimate now. Logan Services.
If it sounds like you've got a screeching pterodactyl in your garage, you don't. Your garage door just sucks. We are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we fix crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. At DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2. Or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And when it comes to fall, we often think of those cooler temperatures, the trees changing colors, the bonfires in the evening, and of course, football season. We less often think of those home projects that we've been neglecting or failed to finish up before those harsh Ohio winter hits. If you need to have your roof inspected or it's on your to-do list, you can ensure that Newman Roofing will get you ready for those harsh winter storms. The team over at Newman has you covered, and they're family owned and locally operated right here in Central Ohio since 1992. The 3 generations that have been in the roofing industry, they have the expertise to handle any issue you may be facing with your roof. Folks, they took care of my roof. They did a fantastic job. They're the experts, and they will give you the white glove treatment, because when your name is on it, it just means more. So if you need your roof repaired or replaced this fall, call the company you can trust. That's Newman Roofing at newmanroofing.com or 614-NEW-ROOF.
At Giant Eagle, we know nothing saves you more money than free. So we're giving away free turkeys for your Thanksgiving feast. When you shop your neighborhood Giant Eagle October 17th through November 9th, you'll be earning your way to a free turkey to bake, roast, fry, smoke, grill, carve, and serve. Just spend $300 or more to earn your free turkey. Must scan Giant Eagle loyalty card. Redeem November 10th through 30th. Restrictions apply. Visit gianteagle.com/free turkey for details.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great, you get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All 3 under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose. Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
You know, tomorrow is Football Friday.
Yeah.
And so I've decided we're going to do something new tomorrow.
Oh, what's that?
I feel like we're not doing a service to the listeners that are really excited about the game on Saturday.
Okay.
So I just, 3 hours of all Buckeye Purdue talk tomorrow from start to finish.
Okay.
3 hours.
What are we going to get into on that show?
Everything.
Yeah?
Everything.
I don't know what there is to get into on Purdue for 3 hours.
Tune in tomorrow and you'll find out.
I don't know if I can watch 3 hours of the Purdue game, quite honestly, because probably by like the third quarter, I'm going to be like, all right, I think we know.
We're not going to have any more nonsense like we've had today.
No.
With that being said, let's talk about monkeys.
Howler Monkey Update.
This is in South Carolina, Mike, in Beaufort County, South Carolina, which...
Never been there, but I'm sure it sucks.
Have you been to Hilton Head?
No.
Oh, well...
Is it in the South?
Lots of... you never been to South Carolina ever?
No.
Never been to any beaches down there?
No. I hate the beach.
Okay.
I hate the beach. I hate the South.
Didn't know if maybe as a kid you went to any of these, but no, okay. Fine. Well, lots of people have been to Hilton Head. It's in that county that Hilton Head resides in that also this research facility sits in. They do, it's called Alpha Genesis. They do testing on apparently cognitive brain research, basically trying to help humans with brain issues. However, they test a lot of the treatments that they have on monkeys. Well, 43 rhesus macaque primates escaped from the facility as of yesterday afternoon.
Oh, no.
Actually, I'm sorry, as of this afternoon. They're still working on this. This is in progress.
This sounds like a plot from a movie. Was their leader named Caesar?
Right. It very much sounds like Planet of the Apes. The Yamasee Police Department said in a statement that they have set up thermal imaging cameras and traps to try to locate the fugitive monkeys. However, they haven't caught any of them yet, and there are 43 of them out there. They say the primates were very young females weighing approximately 6 to 7 pounds, and they've never been used for testing due to their age.
Would you like to touch my monkey?
Police said the monkeys were described as, quote, skittish. Yeah, I mean, they're monkeys. Like, what? Have you ever, like, I don't know. I would think, like, the little tiny monkeys, isn't that kind of what they're known for, is being, like, all over the place, hopping around, checking stuff out? Yeah, I could see them also being a little scared because they're not in their normal environment. Police are saying residents are strongly advised to keep doors and windows closed to prevent these animals from entering your home.
That's Manic Monkey on 97.1.
He said the police spokesman said if you spot any of the escaped animals, please contact 911 immediately and refrain from approaching them. Yes, don't approach monkeys in the wild. I feel like we could have an interesting situation on our hands, Mike, because maybe you can get a few of them back, but there's going to be a few monkeys that they don't catch, I would think, right? What is this noise? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Are you
shock the monkey? I can do that too.
Go ahead.
I don't care. I don't do the show for the YouTube censors. Kiss my ass.
All right, fine.
Go ahead, talk over it.
I was going to say, are you aware of the issue in Colombia with the hippos?
Yeah, the South American drug lord. What was his name?
Pablo Escobar.
Yes, it was his hippos.
He lived in Colombia.
And now they've assimilated into the local topography. That's not right.
No, they're part of the ecosystem, to your point.
Yes, they're not native, but now they belong there.
They are the largest invasive animal in the world, are hippos. They threaten native plants and animals in the country. And the Colombian government has been calling for drastic measures to reduce the population. So researchers went out and said, well, how many of these animals do we have? They estimated that they had about 98 hippos living in the country's Magdalena River and its tributaries in 2020. Now they took a census of them and said, actually, we're sorry, it's more like 220.
Oh, a little light.
Yeah. So they've realized we got to do something about the hippo problem. These are the only reason these hippos are even in this place is because Pablo Escobar said, I like hippos and I want them on my property. And then once, obviously, that all ended, they were just left to go out in the wild.
Stacey Elliott's got like saber-toothed tigers over at his place.
Right. Yeah, so I'm saying, like, there's 43 of these monkeys out there, and I don't know. I'm guessing, like, the local police in South Carolina aren't trained in like the best ways to help and get like
monkeys?
Wild animals back in, let alone like animals that are not native to that area. So yeah, wild monkeys might be a little. If I'm saying if a handful of them get out, they have babies, you got monkeys now. Like that's just, I don't know if they can survive in that environment. I'm not sure, but I'd be interested to find out.
Juan Soto could get $700 million on the open market. And I was reading a little piece from John Hyman today.
John Heyman?
Nobody breaks news like Hyman.
Okay.
And he was saying that there are certain teams that are interested in Juan Soto's services, and they would be the teams that you would expect. Huge payroll teams. He's with the Yankees now. Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers. Maybe not the Dodgers. They already got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Blue Jays. They like to make splashes every now and then. The other team that he mentioned that was interested, I guess seriously interested, was the Tampa Bay Rays, which makes no sense whatsoever.
No.
But he did say there was another mystery small market team that is thought to give a real go to Juan Soto. I mean, we have two small market teams in this state. Tyvis Powell's over there right now wearing his Guardian stuff. And then Teddy's over there as a Reds fan. Got a new manager, Teddy. How big would your chubby get? If you go out, you hire Terry Francona.
Please answer in great detail.
Terry
Francona,
Francona,
normal and regular
in
question.
the offseason, and then you go give Juan Soto a contract. Like, I assume the happiest day of your life, now it turned out to be, didn't work out, but the happiest day of your life, other than the Reds winning the World Series, was probably when you heard that Ken Griffey Jr. was going to be on that team, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That would rival that, right? Juan Soto coming to the Reds?
That would be incredible. I mean, that'd be right there with Joey Votto coming back and just being around the team
That's
this
right.
year.
And they're going to bring him back in an organizational capacity.
It'd be equal to that.
I like that. How you're just like, yeah, it'd be getting a $700 million player or Joey Votto just hanging around being like, hey, guys, how's
Hanging
it going?
around, yeah.
Yeah, I would guess that if, again, I doubt that those are the two teams, but if it was either of them, oh, yeah. Sign us up for that. That's great.
Well, I mean, either Hyman's wrong.
Well, it could be.
Which he often is.
He could be. Yeah, he's broken a lot of news that wasn't news.
Or he's saying that a team is small market, but they're not really small market. How about the A's? Can you imagine that? John Fisher moves the A's out of Oakland. They're playing in a minor league ballpark in Sacramento, and he forks over $700 million for Juan Soto.
Yeah. I think we were talking about that. Didn't we talk about this like a day or two ago?
Did
that,
we?
Like that's where it was going to be, and then he's going to go play. He's going to go play in a minor league ballpark in Sacramento and be like, "What the hell is even going on here?"
I blocked out.
That would suck. I do wonder. You're not considering a team like the Cardinals to be small market, are we?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay,
I don't know if he is, but I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's like something crappy like that, where it's like, oh, you mean one of these teams that has been good often and is one of the largest fan bases in Major League Baseball. If you're calling that a small market team, that would be stupid.
But the Tampa Bay Rays?
No, come on. That's not it.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should know that there's an accident that's on the right shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side at 670. It's causing slow traffic from North Broadway. And there's a 15-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99. And fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray on Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Thanksgiving can be stressful when you're shopping on a budget. Let Family Dollar help you do more this year with amazing deals on the supplies you need for a great turkey day, from prep to cleanup. See how you could save on Thanksgiving staples like canned soups and veggies, or essentials such as disposable plates and utensils, trash bags, storage supplies, and more. For even greater savings, download the Family Dollar app, clip available offers, and redeem at checkout. Family Dollar, helping you do more.
Black Friday is here at your local Ram dealer. And right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $499 a month for 42 months with $4,082 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 11/12/24.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Join Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, and Jim Lachey for 2 whole hours of scarlet and gray goodness.
Thank you, football guy.
Buckeye Roundtable, Monday night at 6.
Presented by Burger King.
Your flagship home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan.
You're listening to the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report, featuring the latest player injury updates from a fellowship-trained Mount Carmel sports medicine specialist physician, so you know who's in and who's out for this week's games.
Our doctor, as always, is Dr. Brian Galone. Doc, let's talk injuries. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, he's got a hamstring injury, headed to IR, so he's going to be down for a few weeks with that. What's the likelihood that he can come back and be effective once they figure this thing out?
So, T-bone, this is like that groin sprain we've talked about and the quad strain. It's that weight-bearing muscle down in your leg. Those things can take a long time to heal up. Here's the good news. That should not be a long-term disabling thing. Once he gets that thing healed up, yeah, he should be able to come back and be good to go.
And then CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver. I guess we're sticking with the Cowboys. Very expensive injury report this week. CeeDee Lamb's, he's got the AC joint sprain. Week to week there, and they're also saying he could be questionable for this week. AC joint sprain, that's shoulder, correct?
Yeah, that's the top of the shoulder. So, we were talking, I think it was last week, we were talking about the broken collarbone. This is something, if it's severe enough, it could go on to a broken collarbone. What happened was he probably landed on the side of his shoulder, and up where your collarbone comes up and joins the shoulder bone, that's called your AC joint. It's not really a moving joint, but it got stressed, maybe tore a little bit of ligaments or something. But those things are not real serious. They should settle down, not turn into a long-term problem.
So given that it doesn't have like a motion to that joint, is that something that allows him to more quickly recover from that, as opposed to if he'd, say, sprained his, one of the movable part of his shoulder?
Exactly. We don't have to immobilize anything, really. It's just a matter of resting it, letting it settle down, heal up.
All right, Doc, we appreciate the info as always. We'll talk again next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the Mount Carmel Football Injury Report with T-Bone. Mount Carmel, because of you.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. Fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hall, and Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you guys. Man, Bone, my dog lovers. How's it going?
I want to say something to you. I confided in you.
Whoa.
I confided in you. I told you I'm a very anal retentive person. I keep my shoes very clean. I wear white shoes. I like to keep them clean all the time.
Okay.
I got a little spotted dirt on my white shoe.
It's a little speck.
I was trying to get it off.
Dish soap?
I tried everything.
Yeah.
Tide stick.
Alcohol?
Really? I've tried it. This is not, it's stained. It's permanently stained. Unless I get white paint, it's not coming out. That's going to look tacky because I can't match the white color.
You don't have a leather surface shoe. You've got a white cloth.
It's a mesh.
It's a mesh. Oh, the mesh.
It's a mesh.
The mesh will get you.
Yes. So I confided because you said, those are some clean shoes. And I said, but look at this spot on this shoe.
And I hadn't noticed it until you said something.
But now every time I wear the shoe, you point out the spot.
No, wait a minute. No.
And I'm taking these shoes off tonight, and I'm throwing them out.
First of all,
they're done.
Let's hold on. Let's
keep the good one.
Let's paint the picture correctly, because what happened was I was out there talking to Nicole. He walks in and she says, "Nice shoes," and I was like, "Oh yeah, those are clean." And then you said, "But I got this spot," and that's when Nicole said, "Yes, I can see the spot." So you brought up the spot.
Can I see the spot?
Yeah, here, I'll hold up. You see it?
No.
Yeah, on the
on
the
some
top.
shading there.
I do.
You see it there?
That's no good.
No, it's no
That's
good.
no good.
Will you stop?
I don't like it. I wouldn't wear them.
You're supposed to de-escalate the situation.
I want to throw them out right now.
Tyvis,
Drive home barefoot.
He just poured gasoline.
Have you ever heard these who talk about shirt collars? They will go for 20 minutes about how, this collar, it falls apart too quickly, and this one, it curls up on you.
V-necks?
No, just any T-shirt.
Any
whether
T-shirt. You like this? This is a tight V-neck. I like this V-neck a lot.
Why?
Because it's tight. It doesn't hang down. You don't see little.
Well, see, back when I was banging, I liked the ones that was down because I had like the big chest.
Well, of course you did. You were an athlete.
The ones that were down.
How
you can hear that, Tyvis?
You can you ain't never thought about switching your body up.
250 now.
Get under that bench press. Throw up 225.
First of all, you felt my bicep the other day.
Oh, it's solid as a rock.
You were impressed.
I was
by it.
Solid
as a rock.
But see, now we got to get other areas. See, you think about it. You come in there, the chest all poked out. No. Your wife will be like, "Ooh, common man."
I got news for you.
If my wife called me common man, I'm moving out of the house.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I'd like to.
She actually in the bed. She calls him Scott Torgerson. Is actually what she says.
I think it'd be a fun, long-running bit to see
get
you.
on top? Why not?
Yeah, let's turn you into a muscle man.
No,
like a
thank
year-long bit.
No, thank you. What's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
Coming up tonight, we got a very special guest for the whole 6 o'clock hour, Andy Katzenmoyer. The big cat is out there waiting to come in and dominate, so we'll do that. We'll hear from Ryan Day from the show today, and a 6-pack of questions for these two guys.
2 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 big hours of the Buckeye Show. Then we have Bengals and Ravens tonight, right here on the Fan. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone. Well, man, apparently another state, I didn't catch this the other night when the election was going on, another state has passed a law that allows its residents to now engage in sports gambling. Missouri voters passed Amendment 2.
Very narrowly.
Which,
right?
yeah, it was 2.9 million ballots cast. The margin was 7,500 votes out of almost 3 million people. It barely passed, but it did pass. Now they are the 39th state that has legalized sports gambling. So I ask you, there's 3 of you here. Would you like to take a stab at figuring out what states don't have sports gambling?
Wyoming.
No, they do have sports gambling according to this.
I know the answer to one of them because we talk about it all the time, and that is Texas.
Yes, Texas is one.
It amazes me that it's like, hey, bring a gun to kindergarten? No problem. Bet on a game? No.
No, you're right. Texas is one of them. Hold on, Utah's another one.
Utah, no gambling.
No. Nebraska apparently does have sports gambling. According to this, they're not on this list. There's one very large state.
California.
California does not have sports gambling, which shocks the hell out of me. I don't know why, but you would think that would be something they would have been into. The other states are Alabama, Alaska, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, close to Wyoming, but not quite. Minnesota, Oklahoma, and South Carolina.
And I hate all those states. Doesn't matter.
Also,
I'm not going any of them.
South Carolina is stupid because North Carolina apparently does have it, and
you don't want to go to California.
A lot of people live in the Charlotte area would just be like, California. I guess I'll just swing up there.
Pop on up. I lived in California for a little while, Tyvis. Hate it.
Taxes is terrible.
It's not I just hate everything about it.
Why? It doesn't. It's not your.
Not my scene.
I got you.
Not my scene. I like the seasons too. I like a nice fall.
See, I think I fit in with anywhere. You know.
I know you're annoying.
This is very good.
You're annoying.
Tyvis,
You'd be one of those guys that go to like the research station in Antarctica, and you don't see the sun for 2 months. Guys, look at the bright side.
We got the penguins out here.
The what, Timmy?
The penguins. The Gwins.
The Gwins. God, sorry, I knew you were going to do it. In other news, if you're a fan of or know someone who's a fan of the show Emily in Paris, go up to them and tell them they're saying it wrong. Netflix pointed this out. The show is very popular on their streaming channel. It's obviously one of their biggest shows. Emily in Paris is actually supposed to be announced Emily in Paris.
Oh.
To rhyme. That was the whole gimmick. But apparently, most people who watch it have called it Emily in Paris.
Imagine that.
Because we speak English.
Right.
Imagine that.
Right, of course. So most people did that. They tweeted something out saying the show's name is actually Emily in Paris, and it broke all the fans on the internet of that show. They just couldn't fathom that that's actually what it's called.
I mean, how pretentious would you be if you went around saying, have you visited Italia lately?
Right, yeah.
We say Italy.
Exactly.
Have you gone to Allemagne? Germany?
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's right. Good Spanish there. I like it. Isn't that Spanish?
España.
Yeah.
Look at you. You overachiever.
Mm-hmm.
Put your glasses back on. I can't take your little beady eyes.
I had to take them off because my eyes were starting to burn.
My eyes are burning looking at your eye.
Too much sweat and tears in them. Tears from wondering what the hell has become of my life.
That's right.
That's what this show does.
Yeah.
It causes you to evaluate every decision you've ever made.
Oh, my God.
All right, Buckeye Show's next. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza, home of the Grandview Browns backers.
You should watch for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane if you're on southbound 270 on the east outer belt at I-70. And there's a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 270 on the north outer belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
This is a Fan Action Update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Purdue hasn't closed as a 35 or more point underdog since 1989. They will this week as the Buckeyes are favored by 38 as a double-digit favorite with the Buckeyes. Ryan Day's 54-1 straight up and 32-22 against the spread. For your Prime Sports Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. Here's something that ECO stands for that you did not see coming. Okay. Echocardiogram. I did not see that coming.
Get Eco.
Most people think if they call someone about their furnace or heat pump, some unscrupulous salesman is going to pressure them to buy a whole new unit, even if their old one could be repaired and give them years more service.
Get Eco.
Your heart starts racing and you're sweating and breathing funny, and your echocardiogram just goes nuts.
I'll say.
As the guy who invented those hospital wristbands that always stick to your arm hair, I know a thing or two about echocardiograms.
Get Eco.
But call ECO, and our team will explain all your options, what you can fix, how much it costs, and how that compares to a whole new system.
And your echocardiogram?
Nice and flat. I mean flat-ter. Actually, flat is bad. Don't worry, they didn't let me invent any of the medical stuff.
Get Eco.
ECO plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Get out there and have some fun in a new Toyota truck. Now through December 2nd, get 1.99 APR financing or $2,000 customer cash on a new 24 Tundra. Excludes TRD Pro. Or lease a 24 Tacoma SR5 double cab for $279 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Nobody